check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2. Clinton High School football. Clinton High School football.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Clinton. I'm Keith Adcock.
Can you turn your? Can I hear you more?
Yeah, I can. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, and then my voice too. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Aaron, won't you do that for him?
Do what? Do that? That's foreign to me, man. I don't.
Is it really?
Yeah.
This is better. Yeah. Check it, check it, check it, check it, check it, check it.
I like the volume up in my headset. Yeah.
Mine's good.
Yeah. More volume for me, like headset volume.
Slim Shady.
That didn't change anything.
Tackle.
Oh, did we get those backwards? Do we need to change them? Testing, check. Now it's worse. I can't even hear anything. No.
Holy fit.
Testing, check, check. Yep, I hear myself. Testing, check, 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 check. Testing, check. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check.
We're the Clinton High School cheerleaders here at ORUD getting ready for the big game. Ready? Clinton Dragons! Clinton Dragons! Clinton Dragons! Clinton Dragons!
Host your friends in style and be the envy of your neighborhood when entertaining this football season with natural gas appliances purchased from ORUD at 0% interest.
We can help you clean up after the game with a reliable natural gas water heater and the energy savings of a gas dryer.
Want to cozy up next to a natural gas fireplace after a chilly night out on the field? Let ORUD help you with the play-by-play to truly make your house feel like home.
Adding a natural gas grill to your home means you'll never have to run to the store before kickoff to fill up that propane tank again. Make the switch today.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice.
I know he's going great. I just like how Miss Powers has a
1992 is the last time Oak Ridge had begun a regular season with an 0-2 record. The second loss that season was to the Clinton Dragons, who went on to go undefeated up until the state championship game where the team would lose to Gallatin 21-13. I don't know if Clinton is poised to repeat that magical season 19 years ago, but fans in these parts are really excited about the program, led by second-year head coach Daryl Keith. Keith's son Joshua is the starting quarterback, and so far, the sophomore has helped the program begin the season just like the 1992 one, undefeated. Clinton has played well above expectations thus far, while their fellow Anderson County rival Wildcats have underperformed. Will the team switch roles tonight, or will the Dragons keep rolling? We'll find out in our OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7, someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, recintoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. We welcome you to tonight's pregame show brought to you by Public Defender and Korea, and hopes that both teams have a great night and an even better season. I'm Aaron Harvey alongside the one, the only Coach James Gibson, and it's week 3 of the TSSAA football season already. Hard to believe it, but football is in full swing.
It sure is, and couldn't ask for a better place to be than right here in Clinton, Tennessee for this big rivalry matchup.
This game tonight should be as good as it should be good as both teams are hungry for a win, even if it's for different reasons. We'll get into more of that later, as well as talk about other games and notes around the area as well when we get back. This is the Ann Coria pregame show on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit recintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Roger Miller is a conservative and lifetime resident of Anderson County who has served as Sessions Judge since 2014. Judge Miller has adjudicated more than 30,000 cases, both civil and criminal, over the past 7 years. Roger is a graduate of Clinton High School, and he volunteers time coaching youth sports and serving as an instructor. A paramedic for 12 years, Roger worked saving lives at the Anderson County EMS, MedFlight 5, and Methodist Medical Center. In 2022, let's re-elect Roger Miller, General Sessions Judge.
You do it all, from checklists and tackling kids' activities to exploring and enjoy life's special moments. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can help you embrace your life in a new or pre-owned vehicle. Here's a new 2021 Ford F-150 4x4 Super Crew, $43,975. 2018 Honda CR-V, all-wheel drive, low miles, $27,990. 2020 Kia Telluride S model, $41,490. Service your car for back-to-school maintenance at our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. Local you trust, a lifestyle you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Ryan Spitzer has been a prosecutor in Anderson County since 2007, prosecuting more than 2,500 cases over the past decade. Ryan has been the Drug Task Force prosecutor for the past 7 years. Ryan donates time working with local nonprofits. A veteran, Ryan spent 6 years serving his country as an Army medic in the National Guard. Ryan is a family man who works hard every day to keep Anderson County families safe. Experience matters.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
And we welcome you back to our Public Defender and Coria pregame show. Again, and hopes that both teams have a great night and an even better season. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week, BBB TV Channel 12. I'm Aaron Harvey, James Hoot Gibson beside me. Our game tonight is going to be a lot of fun, but there are others in the area that will have a lot of eyeballs on them. Maybe none more than Greenville at Elizabethton. These two teams have clashed so much over the last few years, and although the Green Devils were down per se last season, they gave the Cyclones quite the scare in the state quarterfinals. Alas, Jason Witten's alma mater prevailed 24-20 en route to capping off its second perfect season and second state title in a row. The last team to defeat Elizabethton in the regular season, well, that was Greenville, all the way back on October 12th, 2018, which went on to win its second straight state title that season. So that means the last 4 gold balls have been earned by these two programs. So it's easy to see why this is such an appealing matchup tonight. What are your thoughts?
Well, like you said, this should be a battle of the top 2 teams in 4A this season. So far to see who gets home field advantage for the playoffs. It's a huge early season game with the loser more than likely having to travel to Anderson County or South-Doyle in the second round of the playoffs this year. Greenville is averaging 60 points a game and held Granger County to only 32 yards, total yards last week. So they play really tough defense as well, but and really good offense. But Elizabethan is the real deal, and I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to predict them of playing in the state championship.
So you're saying home field advantage, the other team probably going to have to travel to. You said Anderson County, South-Doyle. Don't count out the Fulton Falcons. Another game happening right down the road from us sees the 0-2 Anderson County team take on that Fulton team that is 2-0 and much improved from last season. And also, like we're talking about, got to step down in classification, which makes this one a region matchup. The Falcons handled Austin-East in week 1, which was a solid win, but then they blew out Central in the Battle of Broadway. Coach Rob Black's squad is hyped, and honestly, they deserve it. Meanwhile, Anderson County seeking its first win of the season, but the competition has been fierce. First, it was the tough Powell team. Then it was 6A Science Hill. Maybe it's too early to say that Anderson County needs to win, but it certainly would help to get a region victory, seeing as to how tough that region is.
Yeah, Anderson County's schedule has truly been brutal, but it will serve them well later on down the road in the playoffs. I look for Anderson County to come out on top against the Fulton Falcons tonight.
We'll see that one, or we won't see it, but we'll be keeping an eye on that score because that should be a good game. Carnes has been a pushover the last decade. They've been failing to have a winning season since 2011. Is that changing? Brad Taylor's Beavers are 2-0, and a preseason note from Jesse Smithy on the team was, Carnes has some dudes. One of those dudes is Deshaun Bishop. He rushed for 354 yards in week 2 against William Blount. But tonight, William Blount isn't in town. No offense to the Knoxville politician who signed the United States Constitution, but he's no Jordan Potts, the dual threat quarterback with a fresh new scholarship offer from Miami, Ohio. Powell has a prolific offense, but the defense has given up a lot of points. Can Carnes score enough to get that win tonight?
Yeah, when Deshaun Bishop, who is 5'10", 180 pounds, and who currently holds 5 Division I offers, including the University of Tennessee, lines up in the backfield, Aaron, anything's possible. I like this kid a lot, and so does a lot of college football coaches. He has a bright future. If Carnes is going to be able to keep it close, he is going to have a monster game.
And I think that one is another game that we want to keep an eye on the score because of its implications. And we do want to see, hey, is Carnes back? Like, are they legit? Because so far they've shown that they can put some points up. So some of the things going on, we've got a lot of other things around the area to talk about, and we got to preview this one tonight as well, as Oak Ridge is in town to take on Clinton in your OEB Law Game of the Week. You are tuned in to the Ancoria pregame show on BBB TV Channel 12.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
American Outdoor Equipment has a great new location in Rockwood. They are a Branson tractor dealer with various sizes to choose from. Branson's greatest asset is their strength, quality, and features. But American Outdoor Equipment also has Bobcat mowers. You can expect the best when it comes to performance, durability, and comfort with a Bobcat mower. Or how about a Dixie Chopper mower? They're the world's fastest lawn mowers. They have a large service and parts department. They are family owned and operated, plus they offer in-house financing. That's American Outdoor Equipment in Rockwood.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Hi, I'm Nisha, a recent graduate of Roane State with an associate degree in criminal justice. How did I get here? I really wanted my college degree, so I applied to Roane State and got free tuition through Tennessee Reconnect. Then I met my success coach who helped me with everything. Remember, your best investment is you. If you really want your college degree, take the next step and apply.
Let Roane State help you move forward to earn your college degree.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Fox Insurance Group is a local agency. We've got a great staff. We're knowledgeable. The most rewarding thing about working in insurance is taking care of customers. When they come in, a lot of times they don't know what coverages they need. They're relying on us to give them the right coverage that's going to fit their needs, but also at a competitive price. Anybody can go to any agent or they can call any 1-800 number. But getting that right agent that's going to take care of them and be there in time of need, and that's what we're here to do.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we...
And again, our national anthem performed by Clinton High School's marching band. I am Aaron Harvey. You are tuned in to the Ancoria Public Defender pregame show for the OEB Law Game of the Week. And I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by James Hoot Gibson. We were going to talk about a unique matchup tonight between Rockwood and Cloudland. Cloudland, of course, comes from Roane Mountain. Rockwood is in Roane County. It's an obvious play on words, so we could have called it the Roane Royal Rumble or something, but unfortunately COVID canceled that one on us. So 35 games across the state have been canceled this week as of earlier today. So COVID is shoveling stuff around for the second straight season, and we've got some oddball matchups occurring. Sweetwater at Loudon was canceled, as well as Daniel Boone at Cherokee. The two teams got in touch with one another, and now Daniel Boone will venture down to Loudon to take on the Redskins. Loudon, of course, a prolific 3A program. Daniel Boone competes in 5A. This is one of those games that features teams that otherwise probably would never meet under other circumstances. What are your thoughts on scheduling a team the week you play them?
Yeah, it's a whole new thing with COVID. You want to play as many games as you can with all the uncertainty that COVID brings. You don't know how many games you'll get in. But that's not ideal from a strategic standpoint. But with that being said, I still look for Loudon to win this game.
So we have a camera set right now, or we did, on the Clinton Dragons. They're getting ready to run out of the tunnel. You see all those American flags, 13 American flags, as Clinton honors the 13 soldiers that were killed in Afghanistan during the withdrawal efforts. So very classy of Clinton to honor the servicemen and women that we lost in Afghanistan as that war on terror came to a close. So, let's take a look at the full slate of games this evening. So, Knox Fulton at Anderson County, we talked about that one. Of course, we got our game tonight, Oak Ridge at Clinton. Coalfield at Harriman. Harriman off last week because of COVID. Coalfield start the season. That's a really big win against Scott High, a 4A program that 1A school had last week, and Benson Napier's first outing as, well, his second head coaching game at Coalfield.
That's a good challenge against Scott County, and Coalfield overcame that challenge and looked really good. So I'm excited to see what Coalfield and Harriman do tonight.
Brainerd at Kingston. Of course, we'll have Kingston at Rockwood next week, so looking forward to see what Brian Pankey's crew can do tonight. That club is 2-0 so far. Oakdale at Midway. Oakdale opened up with a season victory against Jellicoe, so it'll be interesting to see what Coach J.R. Voil's team can do in Midway. Cloudland Rockwood, that game, as we said, was canceled, unfortunately. Greenback at Sunbright. And then Oliver Springs at Gordonsville, also canceled because of COVID. And then, of course, you've got Oneida and Wartburg taking place tonight as well on John R. Dillon Field.
Be an interesting matchup right there. Was both teams are winless on the season, so it'll be an interesting matchup this year for Oneida and Wartburg.
All right, and let's look at region standings and see how the regions are shaping up around us. So here's Class 1A Region 2. No region games have been played so far, but you can see that the top 4 teams are undefeated. So,
yeah, it's always a tough region there in Region 2. It's Coalfield leading the way, and it's a tough Midway bunch down there with a really good coach. So I'm excited to see a couple of these teams match off.
Of course, Greenback down there at the bottom, 0-2. That won't stay that way. We don't anticipate. Region 2, you got Monterey. They are 2-0. And Rockwood, York, Oneida, and Wartburg, a 5-team region. All you got to do is don't finish last, and you make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's another very tough region with York joining the likes of Rockwood and Oneida. But you know who's really surprising people is Monterey. They are a tough bunch this year.
Yeah, Monterey no slouch. There you see the run out with those 13 American flags. That's a great thing for Clinton to do.
And just look at that field. They have done a lot of work over here at Clinton and really upped the game for Clinton High School.
They certainly have. Turf field. For the first time, all these other area schools got the turf field first. As you see, Coach Darrell Keith coming out last behind his program. All right, so looking at more region standings. Class 3A Region 2. There's Alcoa, of course, they're going to lead the way. They're going to win that region. It's not even going to be close.
Nope.
Northview Academy, they defeated Northview Academy last night. No challenge there. Region 3, Class 3A, Signal Mountain, Loudon, Kingston, Sweetwater, Brainerd, and McMinn Central. You know what's interesting? Signal Mountain, a few years back, you remember they were 2A. They were just stomping the competition. They skipped 3A and went to 4A so that they wouldn't have to play Alcoa. So
it's a matchup, but right here is going to be a knockdown drag out between Kingston and Loudon. I'm really excited for that matchup. That's actually the Hoop Bowl or Memorial game, Kingston versus Loudon, and I'm excited about that one. We're getting back into old school football when you see Loudon and Kingston both sitting there at the top of that region.
And you're excited. You'll get to see that game because we cover that on BBB TV Channel 12. That'll be one of our OEB Law Game of the Weeks. Class 4A Region 2, you got Carter, South-Doyle, Fulton, Gibbs, Anderson County, Scott High. What a tough region. Go to Class 5A West, Sevier County, Halls, Central, Heritage, Cott County. No region games played in that one yet either.
Surprise.
And then Region 3, you've got Campbell County, Clinton, Carnes, Powell, Lenore City, Oak Ridge. So
that's a surprise.
Yeah, Oak Ridge.
Never see Oak Ridge at the bottom right there. And I'm sure Oak Ridge has put in the work this week to come out and give Clinton a good shot of football here.
Yeah, but you've got two region games that are really important taking place tonight. You've got this one, which is coming up soon, but you've also got that Carnes-Powell game, which will affect the region standings. In Region 3, Campbell County, that's what we were looking at just now. So, yeah, that'll move around the standings a little bit later. I'll tell you what, with these teams getting ready, let's go ahead and take a break, and then we will talk about these two teams before kickoff. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week and your Ann Coria pregame show.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Roger Miller is a conservative and lifetime resident of Anderson County who has served as Sessions Judge since 2014. Judge Miller has adjudicated more than 30,000 cases, both civil and criminal, over the past 7 years. Roger is a graduate of Clinton High School, and he volunteers time coaching youth sports and serving as an instructor. A paramedic for 12 years, Roger worked saving lives at the Anderson County EMS, MedFlight 5, and Methodist Medical Center. In 2022, let's re-elect Roger Miller, General Sessions Judge.
You do it up.
Welcome back to our OEB Law Game of the Week, the Ann Coria pregame show. As you see the captains out on the field getting ready for the coin toss of Aaron Harvey with James Hoot Gibson. You know, Clinton's been a great story this season. Darrell Keith took over this program from Randy McCamey, who had a very successful coaching tenure at Grace Christian before taking on the massive task of leading his alma mater. McCamey resigned following the 2019 season after not being able to get the program off the ground the way many may have expected. I think the sentiment from a lot of people may have been, well, if Coach McCamey can't do it, there aren't many who can. But Keith was brought in after coaching at Todd County Central in Elkton, Kentucky for 2 seasons. His son Joshua played in the Future Stars games in Clarksville as a 7th grader and took over as a starting quarterback this season. The younger Keith has thrown for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns through 2 games. Senior running back Conor Moody is averaging 11.5 yards per carry and has 3 scores of his own. The defense has 4 interceptions this year and is allowing just 173 yards per game. There's a really good reason to be excited if you are a Clinton fan.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And Joshua Keith is the real deal, okay? And he's only going to get better as he gets more experience. Things have started off in a big way for Clinton this year, who's looking to make a statement against their bitter rival, Oak Ridge. You know, I've heard from Clinton people all week, this is a year we're going to beat Oak Ridge. Well, it's time to show us.
Yeah, you see the highlights from Keith there. We'll get to see him in just a second. Oak Ridge wins the toss, and they elect to defer to the second half, so Clinton will get this football first. There's a saying that Clinton defeats Oak Ridge once every 10 years. We are in that window. It very well could happen tonight to keep that statement alive.
And that's Clinton's version. Oak Ridge is once every 20 years.
There you go. So we are getting ready for our Judge Roger Miller kickoff tonight. Judge Miller, it's General Sessions Judge, wishing all the county football teams a healthy and successful season. For Oak Ridge, it is Brennan Pearson. And that kick sails through the end zone with a touchback. So Clinton will begin their first Sexton Automotive drive from the Dragon 20-yard line, where it will be a Hammers 1st and 10. So what do you think the keys are for both of these teams?
Well, if you're they've got a lot of talent. Oak Ridge has a lot of talent, but they have got to play better as a team. The offensive line has got to get to the second level, and they just got to stop making mental mistakes. If you're Clinton, you got to force some turnovers, and you got to win the battle on special teams. You got to fight hard and try to get some penalties and a couple turnovers.
There he is, Mr. Joshua Keith, starting in that shotgun formation. Handoff goes to his tailback. Gets ahead for a couple, and that was Reese King getting the carry. You'll see Conor Moody carrying the football. The senior Conor Moody carrying the football a lot for the Dragons tonight. A pretty good pickup on first down. That's about 6 yards. Will bring up 2nd and 4. And we've got a flag on the play. False start on Clinton. So after picking up about 6, they're going to lose 5, which will bring up about a 2nd and 9. That's an unfortunate penalty this early in the game.
It really is, and that's a common mistake that we've seen last year covering Clinton is they had too many penalties. But so far early in the season, they have limited that, but this isn't a good start right off the bat.
So now Conor Moody lines up in that pistol formation. 2 wide outs. To the right, 1 to the left, and here is a quick out, and that pass is complete. It goes to Lucas Kendall, but he is immediately brought down on the play.
And Oak Ridge is coming out in a 5-man defensive front against this Clinton offense.
And Brandon Hayward there to get the stop for Oak Ridge. You see Oak Ridge playing Kendall Jackson as a defensive back, which tells us he is available tonight. Because we were wondering, because he didn't finish out that game last week against Bearden. Pistol set again. Here is Keith. Rolls to his left, looking downfield, lets it go, and that pass is incomplete.
And Truss, number 24, the senior wide receiver for Clinton Dragons, had Jackson beat over here, and the quarterback just could not get the ball to him. Now, very good route by Truss, if you see here on the bottom of the screen with the Chuck Flashman replay.
We do have a flag on the play, so we'll look at this one. And, yeah, Keith. So Clinton had an ineligible receiver downfield. Of course, Oak Ridge is going to decline that one. And the Dragons will have to punt. So they begin their first offensive possession with a 3-and-out. Back deep to receive for Oak Ridge is Brandon Hayward. And we've got another flag on the play.
Again, penalty before the snap, illegal procedure against the Dragon.
So you got another false start on Clinton. We'll back them up 5 yards.
What is that, 3 penalties now for Clinton?
So far already.
Yeah, that's on a bad trend so far.
Blaine Collins in punt formation for the Dragon.
Freshman Blaine Collins is the punter for this Clinton team, and we've got another flag on the play. So that is a false start again.
And something else to keep an eye on other than the penalties is the punter's handling of the snap. The last 2 snaps has kind of hit him in the chest, and that can always cause a blocked punt.
Well, and now Clinton will have to punt out of their end zone. And, of course, they're going to talk about it. Darrell Keith wants to talk to his team after these 3 straight penalties. So we will go to timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliance. While you wait, visit pattersonsappliances.com to shop online for quality home appliances today.
and tackling kids' activities to exploring and enjoy life's special moments. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can help you embrace your life in a new or pre-owned vehicle. Here's a new 2021 Ford F-150 4x4 Super Crew, $43,975. 2018 Honda CR-V all-wheel drive, low miles, $27,990. 2020 Kia Telluride S model, $41,490. Service your car for back-to-school maintenance at our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. Local you trust, a lifestyle you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Ryan Spitzer.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week, Aaron Harvey, James Gibson with you. Clinton begins its drive with a 3-and-out, including 3 penalties. And the last penalty, actually the last 2 penalties were false start penalties.
Coach called that timeout and had a tough discussion with his special teams unit. And we are in danger territory here as the punter is in his own end zone.
Well, Brandon Hayward, also the punt returner for this Oak Ridge team, and you know how dangerous he is with the ball in his hands. So here's the punt, and it is caught on a run by not Hayward, and not gaining much on the play is Justin Crowley. And flags come out at the end of that play as well. So we'll have to wait and see what this one is. But that was late, as we see the Chuck Fleischman replay. Was it designed that way to have?
No, that was not designed that way. That he pulled that on his own, and lucky for Oak Ridge, it didn't end disastrously.
So there is a block in the back. We kind of saw it towards the tail end of that play. It looks like they're going to call that one on Ethan Hewitt of Oak Ridge. And so that's going to cost Oak Ridge yardage. Okay, so you see this on this Chuck Fleischman replay. Boom, there it is on the right side of your
Big
screen.
Number 77 for Oak Ridge, Ethan Hewitt.
And now we have a sideline warning on Clinton.
Yeah, anytime these two teams get close to each other, it's always a fight.
So this Sexton Automotive drive begins at the 49-yard line of the Wildcats. And you see Kendall Jackson in the backfield, and you see quarterback Hayden Tarwater. He's got the reins. Tarwater did not finish that game last week against Bearden, and neither did Jackson. Hammers 1st and 10. Tarwater gets a snap, handoff Jackson, going from right to left. Jackson gets across the line of scrimmage, then breaks free, going up the left sideline. And catching him and barely getting him out of bounds was Andy King. That's more of what Oak Ridge wants to see out of Jackson.
It is, and it starts up front. Oak Ridge did a really good job of sealing the edge and giving him an opportunity to make some plays with his feet, and he did the rest. He made the first guy miss and just kept chugging along.
So they're going to say Jackson stepped out at the 39-yard line, officially a 10-yard gain, just enough for the Hammers 1st and 10. And now Hayward is in the Wildcat formation, keeps it, and maybe should not have, because Clinton was there in the backfield for the sack.
Big number 74, Caleb Cook, the junior for Clinton, broke through the line of scrimmage, made a really good tackle for loss.
Loss of 2 on the play will bring up 2nd and 12 for Oak Ridge.
Clinton electing to come out in a 3-man front.
Tarwater forever to throw, and it's picked off. Going back the other direction for Clinton is Conor Moody across the 30 to the 20 to the 10. Can he get to the end zone? He does. Ryan Spitzer, touchdown Clinton, but there's a flag. The flag sits right in middle of the field on the 32-yard line of Oak Ridge.
What a great play by Conor Moody, one of the better players on the field tonight, especially for the Clinton Dragons. He is the heart and soul of this team. Stepped up big, made a big-time play, and unfortunately we got a flag again.
I believe this is going to be a crackback block, but we will see. Personal foul, crackback block on Clinton. So that occurs after the interception, so it negates the touchdown for Moody, but however, it does not negate the interception.
And these Clinton fans do not believe that they seen that penalty. I can tell you, they're fired up over here. What a defensive response by the Clinton Dragons.
Conor Moody is a senior on this team. You think he doesn't want to win this game against Oak Ridge tonight?
Oh, you know he does. It would be his first time winning against Oak Ridge, as you see here on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Made a good read. Solid interception. And he outruns everybody else. And I did not happen to see that blocking him back.
So here's Keith taking over on this Sexton Automotive drive. Hammers 1st and 10. Handoff goes to his tailback up the middle. And I believe that one went to King. So let's look at this again. And, okay, so there's Moody. Oh, it happened right after the interception. If you look right behind where Moody intercepts this ball, you'll see it. On Hayward.
Looked like a clean block to me.
I don't know. All right, so 2nd down and 8. Here's Keith. Rolls to his right, looks to his left. And now keeps his eyes upfield and completes a pass.
To Truss, one of his better wide receivers. He is a speedster, and he can get some separation against one of the better athletes for Oak Ridge. He is a very athletic individual.
So here's what I like about Keith. We'll see this on the replay. Look at the way he's able to keep his eyes upfield the whole time.
Really good field vision for a young quarterback.
Felt the pressure, bought time, kept his eyes up, completed that for a Hammers 1st and 10. Now you got a lot of people lined up. Handoff goes to the fullback.
Nice game there by the big fullback.
And that is William Taylor, a junior on this team. See the Chuck Fleischman replay. He was gang tackled. Pickup of about 5. We'll bring up 2nd and about 5. 7 minutes left to go in this first quarter.
And another penalty.
Is it? Or is it a timeout?
I see a flag on the field here.
I didn't see one, but offsides on Oak Ridge. I think that'll be just shy of another Hammers 1st and 10, maybe by a couple inches.
I'm actually pretty sure he called that on Jackson at the cornerback position.
So Keith lines up with an H-back to his right and a hard count and another flag.
And that'll be a first down for Clinton if it's against Oak Ridge like it looks like.
Yeah, Oak Ridge is backing up. They know it's on them. Encroachment. 2 straight offsides penalties on Oak Ridge. Gives Clinton 10 yards, and the Dragons have another Hammers 1st and 10. So here is Keith. Handoff goes the fullback again, and spinning ahead is Taylor. Picks up maybe 2 yards as he gets to midfield.
The big junior fullback, he is a load to tackle, and so far every carry he's got, he has fell forward, and that's what you want to see out of your big fullback.
You got to see it. 3-yard gain brings up 2nd and 7 for Clinton. Approaching 6 minutes to go in this first quarter as Moody checks back into the game.
Where do you think the ball's going here, Aaron?
I don't know.
I'd say it's safe to say to keep a big eye on Moody.
Bunch formation now to that right side, and it is a little crossbuck play, and Moody has some open yardage. Gets up to about the 41-yard line. That's going to be really close to a first down.
Brandon Hayward in on the tackle for Oak Ridge. What a move by Moody right here.
Ooh.
He almost juked Hayward out of his shoes.
And he drug Hayward was on his foot, and he drug Hayward about another 2 yards. But that was a play where they stacked the line to the right, made you think it's probably going to the right, but then they just pulled Moody off of that line and handed him the football. Good-looking play by Clinton, gives them another Hammers 1st and 10.
Tight bunch at the top of the screen.
And Keith lines up under center, can't handle the snap, so he falls on it. He gets possession on it with a knee down on the ground.
Backed out of the center just a little too fast. I think he was fixing to throw deep with one-on-one coverage down here at the bottom of your screen. Just made a little simple error, and that's a young quarterback mistake there.
Keith, just a sophomore, that was the first snap under center that he's had this game so far. 4:40 left to go in the first quarter now. Here's Keith lined up in the pistol set again. That bunch formation to the right. Now speed option. And there is King. Reese King is knocked out of bounds.
I like that play call, that speed option. Attacking the short side of the field. See how quick Keith gets over there. You'd like to see him push that just a little bit more, but still it worked out really good on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
So about a 5-yard gain will bring up 3rd and 6. Clinton on the Oak Ridge side of the field. 4.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. And again, Keith, pistol set, handoff. King, not much there. Maybe a pickup of 1 or 2.
Stopped by the center of the Oak Ridge defensive line.
Keith comes to the sideline and gets the play call from the offensive coordinator.
So we'll see what Clinton does here. We'd like to say thank you to Circuit Court Clerk Rex Lynch. Delivers proven leadership and proven results, sponsoring tonight's game. Also, Register of Deeds Tim Shelton, honored to serve as your Register of Deeds. So Clinton is going to go for it here. And some confusion. And Keith is upset.
They only had 10 players on the field.
So I'd like to say also thank you to attorney Victoria Bowling, wishing both the Dragons and the Wildcats a safe and successful season. County Clerk Jeff Cole, making a difference with excellence in county government. Trustee Regina Copeland, proud to sponsor this great tradition, Clinton versus Oak Ridge. Great tradition it is indeed. Public Defender Ann Coria, proud to serve Anderson County citizens as the Public Defender. Juvenile Court Judge Brian Hunt, honored to serve as the Juvenile Court Judge for the past 7 years, in fact. District Attorney General Dave Clark is working for a better and safer Anderson County. And, of course, Anderson County Mayor Terry Frank. It is an honor to serve this great community, says Terry Frank. So out of this timeout, let's see what Clinton does. They've got their big fullback in the game, Taylor. And beside him, they've got the senior Conor Moody. Keith rolls to his right. Now looks to his left. He's got a man over the middle, and it is almost caught, but flags come out, and you're going to have a pass interference.
On Kendall Jackson. Got there too early and picked up the flag.
Coach Joe Gaddis was excited that Jay Hunley got to transfer in from West, because that took some load in the offensive backfield off of Jackson and allowed him to play defense. But tonight, Jackson's been picked on a little bit. As you see this in the Chuck Fleischman replay, maybe if that pass had been led a little bit, he could have caught it in stride. However, because it wasn't, you were able to pick up that pass interference, and Clinton gets the Hammers 1st and 10 here.
Is pass interference against the Wildcats. First down, Dragons.
You got to love what Clinton is doing here. That's a lot of swagger they're playing with so far.
Yeah, this is a different team right here than what we've seen last year. They have came together this offseason, got in the weight room. They physically look better. This is a different ball club.
Under center again is Joshua Keith. That bunch formation to the right again. Handoff goes straight up the middle to Moody. And Moody looked like he was about to break that wide open, but he had Brian Kelly hanging onto his ankles.
Moody is a really good running back for this Clinton Dragons football team. He's got really good field vision, and his pad level is really low. That's what you want to see out of a running back.
And we said that about him last year, too. Elijah Batiste in the backfield now. He gets the handoff going up the middle, tries to hurdle, and again it's Kelly wrapping up around the ankles.
Batiste on the carry. Kelly again on the stop.
So the ball is spotted at the 13-yard line. Looks like Clinton has to get to the 12, so it will be 3rd and I'll call it a long 1, a short 2. As you saw, finishing up the play there was Ethan Hewitt. So 3rd and short for Clinton. Keith under center. King in the backfield. And Joshua Keith with the keeper up the middle.
On the quarterback sneak. It's enough for a Dragon.
Wow, that was a big gain on a quarterback sneak there. Got behind that big offensive line and chugged forward.
So where the ball is placed, they're setting down the sticks. However, the ball is right outside the 10-yard line. So you see where it's spotted? Which means they've got to go the full length of that 10 yards.
Literally.
So here we go. Hammers 1st and goal from right outside the 10-yard line. Handoff goes to King, and King is wrapped up and dropped. Kelly again there.
Yeah, Kelly is a dandy linebacker for this Oak Ridge squad. And so is Jacob Bearden. Both of them reacted really well, followed the play, made a really good solid tackle. You see both linebackers in on the play.
Indeed, Jacob Bearden, number 38, in on that stop, had 15 tackles in week 1 when the Wildcats played South-Doyle. So here is Keith again lined up in the pistol set. Batiste, handoff though, goes to Truss, and Truss gets the hurdle. Wow.
Got out of bounds a little early, but he is a dandy athlete. They got to figure out ways to get him the ball.
Little shovel pass there.
I like the play call. Really good design. If they could have sealed the edge just a little bit more there. He's an athlete.
He is an athlete. So ball is placed just inside the 5-yard line. You know this is 4-down territory as Clinton has the 3rd down. Moody back in the game for the Dragons. He'll be the single back in the backfield. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, in single coverage against Jackson. Keith looking that way, rolls to his left. Now he rolls back to his right, lets it fly. Jump ball is tipped and dropped, trying to hit Lucas Kendall.
And Lucas Kendall ended up playing a little bit of defensive back there to prevent that interception. But I like what I see. This Clinton ball club has really picked up this offseason and is playing some dandy football.
So you see Hayward on the coverage, and Hayward with that jump ball. And I tell you, only Lucas Kendall could have got that one.
Wow, he's got some ups now.
Yeah, he does. That was
likes to know his vertical.
That was very close. So here we go. Clinton's got a 4th down on the 4-yard line of Oak Ridge.
Oak Ridge brings in the big boys.
Moody lines up in the pistol. Fakes the handoff to Moody, rolls to his left, lets it fly. He's got a man there, and it's just off the fingertips of his wide receiver, Rodavian Truss. And Clinton turns it over on downs with 1:33 left to go in the 1st quarter.
Oak Ridge takes over on down.
Check out this Chuck Fleischman replay. Just off the fingertips of Truss. Ooh, that was close. So Oak Ridge will begin a Sexton Automotive drive on the Wildcat 4-yard line as we welcome into the broadcast Mr. the one, the only, Tim Elrod of OEB Law. And you've been in this area a long time. You know about this rivalry.
Oh, yeah. Born and raised, and, you know, Anderson County's my home. You know, Clinton's my home. Look at Jackson just eat up that middle.
Yeah, Tarwater hands off to Jackson, crosses the 10-yard line. A good, sweet 6-yard pickup on that Hammers 1st and 10. But
definitely a big rivalry, you know. They've been playing forever. It seems like, I think I heard a stat that Clinton wins once every 10 years. Is this the once every 10 years? I don't know. But I'll tell you this, Clinton has come to play tonight. Their offensive line has really held stout. They've had some sustained drives, lots of penalties. But that's early game jitters.
you got to think that Clinton came to this game very confident with Oak Ridge being 0-2 on the year. As here's Jackson with another carry, and he stopped in the backfield for a loss. But Clinton comes into this game 2-0, and that's the first time Clinton has started the season 2-0 since 1992.
It seems like forever, but I think that's a testament to their coach and to their program. It looks like, they're playing on a new turf field tonight. They've got a packed house. Everybody's excited, and that's Clinton football. It's a proud tradition. Just like Oak Ridge's, and when this game comes, it's going to be a hard-hitting game no matter what the final score is, no doubt.
So third down as Tarwater lines up in the shotgun. He's got Dozier, which he hands off to Dozier up the middle, and that play is going nowhere, and that's going to end our first quarter. 3 and out for Oak Ridge. As you see, Coach Keith, he has to like what he sees out of his Clinton Dragon football team.
Well, yeah, they've certainly put up a fight this first quarter. This quarter, it seems like there was a lot of penalties, but points got taken off the board. Otherwise, Clinton would be up at least 6-0.
So that's the end of the first quarter. Your score is a couple goose eggs. This timeout is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Check out our new store at 1067 South Walnut Avenue in Cookeville, now open for business. We'll be back with your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Ryan Spitzer has been a prosecutor in Anderson County since 2007, prosecuting more than 2,500 cases over the past decade. Ryan has been the Drug Task Force prosecutor for the past 7 years. Ryan donates time working with local nonprofits. A veteran, Ryan spent 6 years serving his country as an Army medic in the National Guard. Ryan is a family man who works hard every day to keep Anderson County families safe. Experience matters.
Back at Clinton, Aaron Harvey, joined by Tim Elrod as we get ready to begin the second quarter in your OEB Law Game of the Week. Clinton, Oak Ridge. Clinton has a lot of momentum in this game so far. Just held Oak Ridge to a 3 and out. And we've got a promotion going on in the field. Someone's going to get a chance to make a field goal, I guess, for some money. But
that's a $1,000 kick right there. I mean, there's money on the line.
That's a pretty big deal.
Is that the sheriff out there? Is that Russell Barker? Is that the sheriff?
Yeah.
The sheriff of Anderson County lines up on the 25. $1,000.
Speaking of $1,000, you give $1,000 to these schools. That's a pretty significant thing for these schools.
Yeah, the OEB Law BBB 12 Game of the Week, we give $1,000 to the home school. Oh, Russell, what is wrong with you? That's horrible. Give him another chance. Can you? What? My goodness. I should have got a student out there.
He didn't watch Happy Gilmore, did he?
No, obviously not.
You got to walk up to it and then let it fly.
That's right. Just let it go.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we love being involved in the community, whether it's on Rivalry Thursdays with Mark Packer and his crew or being here with you guys doing these games. It's just a pleasure and a joy to get out in the community, support the community, because we've always found that when you give to the schools, that goes directly to the community, and it makes the most significant, meaningful difference that you can see. But right now, the most significant difference we can see is Oak Ridge can't get anything going.
That's so far how it's going, is you got the dual punters lined up back there. Bearden is going to punt this one rugby style, and Truss is going to watch that one go out of bounds. So Clinton will have pretty good field position to begin their Sexton Automotive drive. But it sounds cheesy, but, I graduated high school in 2007. So I'm 32 years old. I'm 14 years removed from it. This stuff right here is, looking back on it now, is so important to these kids, too. You get to play on these teams, and you kind of learn how to be in a structure that is a lot like life and working jobs and being a part of a program. So I know they appreciate it from that aspect too.
Oh, absolutely. These kids, when you bring the TV here, when you make a big deal out of their games, it certainly creates the memory that's going to last them a lifetime, and that's just what we're all about.
Keith lines up in the pistol set. Handoff goes to King. King tries to make it to midfield to start this Sexton Automotive drive.
That Clinton offensive line, what is that, 60 or 68 over there, that big kid for Clinton on the end. It seems like when they run behind him, and I believe 73, I think that's the Severs kid. When they run behind those two guys, they're picking up positive yards. When they run to the other side, they don't seem as effective. But one thing about the Keith kid is, he can make plays happen. He can extend plays. He's already shown that, and Oak Ridge just needs to get their act together.
Yeah, the two players you point out for Clinton, Barrett Maddox and Rhett Severs. Maddox is a junior and Severs is just a sophomore, so two young men getting the job done for this.
They've got some beef up front there, but let's not overlook 70 and 77 on the defensive front for Oak Ridge. It's just going to be one of those. How is it going to look in the fourth quarter game? Are we going to grind it out all game long, or is somebody going to have an explosive play?
Well, so far this seems like a classic smash mouth type football game. Both teams trying to establish the run and then try to open up the passing game that way. As Keith sends a man in motion, that's Truss, and he's going to pass it back. That's a backwards pass. So here is a halfback pass, and that is complete to Jeremiah Blovelt.
Clinton is pulling out all the stops tonight. They've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. The program has been on the rocks for so long that, they've got something to prove. And this could absolutely turn their whole program around if they can get away with one here.
You see that on the Chuck Fleischman replay. As soon as Keith turned around and threw it backwards, you kind of have to know that that's probably going to be a halfback pass.
Definitely.
Because otherwise you're just going to pitch it or whatever, but here's a handoff up the middle, goes to Batiste. Batiste doesn't pick up much on that Hammers 1st and 10, but, man, I'm very impressed with the way Clinton looks so far in this football game.
Yeah, they do look good. They're playing with a lot of emotion, but like I said, I think this game comes down to the fourth quarter. And if Clinton can hang in there till the fourth quarter, something good might happen for them. Here comes the flags again.
Okay, I see it. It's the line judge. Looks like dropped it. So I'm not sure if that's in the area of a sideline warning or a substitution infraction.
Well, from the looks of it, they'll figure it out, maybe.
So let's see what Mr. Whitehat has to say. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Oak Ridge.
Getting chippy out there.
That is a big one.
They are getting chippy. But that's what makes for a great rivalry. That's why we have the OEB Law Game of the Week. And love putting these things out there for everybody to enjoy and watch the next day and the next day and the next day, no matter how they watch it. And happy to be a part of it.
So I'm not going to let you get off of here without commenting on Anderson County. The Mavericks 0-2. However, the competition has been really stiff for them. A big region game. They play Fulton tonight. What are your thoughts on that game and the Falcons and the region in general?
They need Anderson County needs 4 quarters. Fulton, they're out to prove they are legit. They're 2-0, and they've been down for a while, but certainly tonight will establish some pecking order in that region. And, I think Anderson County, if they can sustain 4 quarters of play, it'll be a competitive ball game, I hope.
Well, we had them in week 1, and that's a really fun team to watch. But, yeah, they got to sustain that 4 quarters. They had Powell on the ropes, just let them get away. Yeah. But, Mr. Elrod, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you the rest of the season.
Absolutely. I'm going to get out of here and go up to Anderson County now.
All right. Enjoy it.
See ya.
Tim Elrod of OEB Law stepping into the booth like he does every week, helping us give us some commentary on this matchup we've got going on. 9:51 left to go in this first half. It is scoreless. Did you see Coach Gaddis?
He is fired up, son. He was letting that side official and Whitehat know his feelings from that personal foul there.
So that was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I don't really have eyes on it. I know that you got to step away for a second, which allows you to see more of what's going on in the atmosphere and all that. Did you kind of understand what happened there?
It looked like the official and Coach Gaddis had a little conversation there, and the penalty flag came out.
So you think that went on the coach?
I do, but not enough to say for sure.
Well, we don't want to speculate.
We don't want to speculate, but that's what it looked like.
So that would indicate, that would make sense that Coach Gaddis was so upset. Conor Moody gets the handoff on that Hammers 1st and 10. A good pickup there of about 4 yards will bring up 2nd and 6 as Clinton has made it all the way down to the Oak Ridge 10-yard line. So here's Keith, that pistol set. 2 wideouts to his right, 1 to his left. Sends a man in motion, that's Truss. Handoff goes up the middle to Moody. Moody getting forward, skips into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. That is a Ryan Spitzer touchdown. Ryan is a prosecutor who has the experience to get the job done, and experience matters for a circuit court judge, which Ryan Spitzer is. And the Dragons on the board first. Look at this Chuck Fleischman replay. Conor Moody just keeps his balance and walks into the end zone.
Refusing to go down.
So let's see if the extra point can be true. And it is. Our extra points tonight are brought to you by Victoria Bowling. Attorney Victoria Bowling, focusing on family and juvenile law, wishing both the Dragons and the Wildcats a safe and successful season. Clinton on the board first with 9:01 left to go in this first half. The Dragons lead it 7-0.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, James Gibson, as we get ready for this General Sessions Judge Roger Miller kickoff. Judge Miller wishing all the county football teams a healthy and successful season. Clinton has an average kickoff of only about 24 yards, so no touchbacks on the season. This will be the first time we see the Dragons kick off in this game. And there it is. High spinner, caught about the 20-yard line and returned up. Some running room for Oak Ridge, crossing midfield and then maybe even tacking on a late hit. On the return is Jadovis Dozier.
Really nice return by the up back, not even expecting to get the ball. But like you stated before the kickoff, it was going to be a short kick.
And there it is.
He came up, caught
High
it,
spinner,
picked up a big return.
So no penalty flags in play. Oak Ridge will begin this Sexton Automotive drive at the 47-yard line of Clinton. And Dozier gets a lot of reps at running back for this Oak Ridge team. So it's not like he's not used to having the ball in his hands.
Oak Ridge getting the call from the sideline, seeing what Clinton lined up in defensively.
Tarwater sends 2 wideouts to the right, to the left. Jackson lined up to his left. And here is a quick wide receiver screen, and that is going nowhere. Complete to Cameron Barnett, but Barnett immediately met on the play.
And offensive coordinator Rodney Ellison is getting an earful from Coach Joe Gaddis.
Didn't like that play call.
No, sir.
Cole Tedora on the stop for Clinton. Number 20 met number 20 immediately. Loss of about 3 on the play will bring up 2nd and 13. Tarwater. Handoff, Jackson. Jackson caught in the backfield and dropped. On the stop for the Dragons is Jeremiah Lee, a freshman. Read that one all the way. Watch this Chuck Fleischman replay. Lee coming from an outside linebacker
Nowhere
spot.
to go. Clinton is doing a really good job of rallying to the football. The defensive line for Clinton is stalling the offensive line of Oak Ridge, and running back has nowhere to go.
Here's Tarwater, rolls to his right, now looks back left, and just dumps it off to Jackson, and it is incomplete. That looked ugly.
That was very ugly. It was just trying to make something happen at the quarterback position. Running back was supposed to be in blocking, and he sends him out to pick up the pass, and Jackson was a little bit clueless here. Not a very good effort.
Man. You know, if Jackson could have caught that pass, there's a chance he could have made some guys miss and got upfield.
Yeah, you want to see one of the best athletes on the field make a better adjustment to the ball in the air than what you've seen there.
So here is that double punter formation again for Oak Ridge. Brian Kelly, Jacob Burvin back there. It's Burvin again, little rugby-style kick. And Truss is going to let it roll down to about the 16-yard line, and that's where this Sexton Automotive drive will begin for Clinton. The Dragons already lead this game 7-0. Now, all of the renovations and everything that Clinton has done around here, everything is really, really nice. But I'm looking at that scoreboard, and I'm trying to figure out how much time. Does that say 7:20?
Yeah.
They've got some lights.
They're going to have to fork up some dollars for a couple extra light bulbs. But this field is amazing. This atmosphere here tonight is one of the best atmospheres right now, probably in East Tennessee.
Looks
and
great.
All of Clinton is out here supporting these Dragons.
So here is a Hammers 1st and 10 for this Clinton offense. Handoff goes up the middle to King. And King barrels forward for a couple yards. Will bring up 2nd and 8.
And Aaron, I'll tell you, these two linebackers, Kelly and Irvin, they are saving this Oak Ridge defense. They are all over the field making tackles, and they're two of the better linebacker crews in that region.
Talented players.
Yes, they are.
Now pistol set. Keith sends a man in motion from right to left. That's Kendall. Here's a snap, 3-step drop, lets it go. It's got a man there, it's complete. That's Jeremiah Blovelt.
What a catch by Lavelle. All hands, and that's what you want to see out of the wide receiver possession. Secured the football and picked up a couple tough yards, and he beat Justin Crowley on the play, who is a really good defensive back.
But if you see on this Chuck Flashman replay, Keith throws him open, anticipated the little corner route there, throws it before the player goes into the cut, and finds an open spot on the field for him.
Perfect timing route.
Great connection. Here's the Hammers 1st and 10. Handoff goes up the middle to King. King gets ahead again for a nice 4-yard gain. Will bring up 2nd and about 6.
If you see a common trend, and that's running to the left side, that's because they're running behind big Barrett Maddox, junior left tackle, 6'7", 270 pounds.
Well, and I was up here talking to Elrod, and he said the same thing. He said they have a lot of success when they run behind him. You know, Maddox is just a junior.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
So about a 5-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 5. Not a cleanly handled snap, but here's Keith, and he's going to keep it himself. Gets the first down, crosses midfield down to Oak Ridge territory. That'll be a Hammers 1st and 10.
And Hundley's shoes are left over here on about the 40-yard line, as you see on the Chuck Fleischman replay coming up. Keith absolutely juked him out of his shoes.
Is that what the flag is for?
It should be.
Assaulting his ankles.
Look at that. Broke him. Picked up a big chunk of yardage. Must have been holding.
And it is. So that's going to
negate the big pickup by the quarterback.
Yeah, that's a spot foul. We'll take it all the way back to the 32-yard line.
That's a drive killer.
Got to make the 47. It's on the 32. By my calculations, that brings up a 2nd and 15. 5:10 left to go in this first half. Clinton with the football.
I'm liking this matchup at the bottom of your screen, that one-on-one coverage. If Keith can get the ball with some air underneath it, that could be a big play.
Here's Keith. Quick pass is complete. And dancing around with it is Truss. So pick up a 4 on the play. And Bearden again there to make the stop. We'll bring up 3rd and 11. So that hold, unfortunately, stalled this drive. You got a big 3rd down right here, but Clinton was in Oak Ridge territory before that hold. Keith lines up with Moody in the backfield.
Watch for a rollout.
1 to the left, 2 to the right. Keith immediately under pressure, rolls to his right, looks downfield, lets it go. Pass is complete.
To Truss, big first down for the Clinton Dragons.
Now, what I want to know is, was he behind the line of scrimmage?
No flag, so he must have been.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
The line of scrimmage was the 36. So let's see where he throws this football from on our Chuck Fleischman replay.
Yeah, he was across the line of scrimmage, so they got away with one there.
That was close.
That was.
That was a huge pickup to Truss, however. For Hammers 1st and 10, ball spotted at the Oak Ridge 45-yard line.
Escapability by Keith is really, really good.
And here's a linebacker blitz and a stoppage of play. Oak Ridge was sending the linebackers on that one. Line judge calls that penalty, and it's offsides on Oak Ridge. No, offsides on Clinton. That'll bring up a 1st and 15.
On that blitz, Brian Kelly of Oak Ridge just absolutely run over King, the running back who stepped up to try to pick up that blitz. And he's still feeling it inside the huddle right now.
Two wideouts to either side. King in the backfield with Keith. King gets the handoff up the middle, couple yards on the Hammers 1st and 15. We'll bring up 2nd and 13. 3:10 left to go in this first half.
Again, tackle by Irving of Oak Ridge. Clinton coming out in 10 personnel.
Snap. Keith. Short pass falls incomplete. Trying to hit Brandon Holyfield there. That was just kind of short hopped it there.
Yeah. Pretty big 3rd down here. Not a lot of options. Could be screen draw. You could draw something up to your very talented wide receiver crew.
Clock is stopped with 2:39 left to go in the first half.
Interested to see what the play call is by the offensive coordinator. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Single coverage up top. Keith scanning the field to see his options.
It's got Batiste in the backfield. Snap is
face
dropped.
mask.
Face mask. Ooh. That was a blatant face mask.
That's dangerous.
Goes against Ethan Hewitt. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that was excessive.
And that right there is very unfortunate for Oak Ridge, because I absolutely don't think that Hewitt needed to grab his face mask in order to stop that play. As you see on the Chuck Fleischman replay, the snap is low, it's fumbled, and then people are they're closing in on Keith.
That was nasty. You can tell it's a rivalry game.
All right, so after the 15-yard penalty, that will make it 3rd and 7. I'm sorry, 10-yard penalty. We'll make it 3rd and 7. Screen pass set up for Moody, and Oak Ridge reads it, but Moody escapes for a second before he's finally brought down, and that's Jacob Bearden.
Who else?
And
Oak Ridge did a really good job that time reading the screen and played really well to it.
Look at that escapability by Moody.
You ain't escaping Bourbon.
Nope, you are not. Bourbon having himself a football game. So here's Clinton in punt formation. It's Blaine Collins, a freshman. Clinton doesn't punt much, but this will be their second punt of the game. Back deep to receive for Oak Ridge is Brandon Hayward.
Keep your eye on the ball, and let's see if the punt returner catches it or lets it bounce.
Clinton is going to let this play clock run down. And this punt goes straight up in the air, bounces at the 40, and takes an Oak Ridge bounce. Ooh, that is a net 5-yard punt.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the freshman Blaine Collins. Again, freshman, barreling down with the Oak Ridge Wildcats right in his face. Just made a little bit of mistake, pointed that toe a little further up than he should have. Ball went straight up in the air.
I don't know anything about punting, so I'm going to have to refer to you on this. Is that what happened? He pointed his toe up too much?
Yeah, it's reading the rush coming at him, and a lot of times the punter will, get a little nervous with pressure, and that toe will start pointing up, and that'll happen.
So Oak Ridge begins this Sexton Automotive drive from the 45-yard line. Here's Tarwater, almost picked off.
Woo! And that was number 12, Andy King, who plays wide receiver and running back for the Clinton Dragons, and he had a touchdown if he holds on to that ball.
Ooh, watch this Chuck Fleischman replay.
You have to ask yourself, what is the quarterback seeing right here?
He didn't. I'll tell you what he didn't see. He didn't see King coming up from that safety position.
You're exactly right.
So now we've got a timeout. Oak Ridge. No, actually, it's Clinton going to take this timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, proudly serving your community since 1965 because we care.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
Welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Stand by. We'll have the Regina Copeland halftime show. 1:13 left to go in this first half. Oak Ridge has it 2nd and 10, trailing this game 7-0. Hayden Tarwater has 3 wideouts to his right, 1 to his left. Kendall Jackson in the backfield. Jackson gets the handoff, rumbles straight forward, gets it to the 49. Quick pickup of 4 will bring up 3rd and 6.
And if Joe Gaddis has anything to do with it, I'm expecting a lot more run coming.
Tyrese Allman loses his helmet for Oak Ridge. He'll have to come out of the game for a play. Replacing him is Joseph Morgan. But there is Jackson. It's just Oak Ridge letting the clock run. Here's
Very
Tarwater.
Conservative play calling.
Drops back, looks ahead under a lot of pressure, somehow gets away from it and keeps scrambling, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds.
That should be a horse collar. They did not call it.
Yeah, there's a flag.
Oh, there is, okay.
There is a flag. I didn't see a horse collar.
Now you have to ask yourself, letting the clock run down. It's second quarter, fixing to go into halftime. You got 3rd down, and you're just letting the clock run down.
I wanted to comment on that.
Yeah, it's interesting strategy, time management strategy by the Oak Ridge coaching staff.
Especially now. See, I didn't see that he grabbed him by the horse collar. But see, that rule has changed as well. Like, you don't actually have to grab under the shoulder pads anymore. As long as you grab the back of that jersey, that counts as well, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah.
As that was Truss. So they let the clock run down, and especially now after you get that personal foul penalty, you kind of have some advantageous field position here. There's another flag, right?
Yeah, they threw another flag. The sideline judge here threw a flag on an assistant coach for the Clinton Dragons, and I don't know if they're going to get him with a sideline warning or infraction or personal foul. Definitely a flag down on the play, and it was on the assistant coach. Looked like the defensive coordinator.
Clinton's defensive coordinator. It is unsportsmanlike. So now you get 15 more yards, and Oak Ridge let that clock run down. If they had called a timeout, then you're looking at Oak Ridge having like a minute left as this ball is spotted on the 21-yard line.
That's a big penalty for Clinton. Xavier Mitchell getting a little too excited here on the sidelines.
Folks may remember Xavier Mitchell playing at the University of Tennessee between 2005 and 2007. Here's Kendall Jackson, breaks it to the outside, gets across the 10. Another flag comes out, but if this play stands, that is a Ryan Spitzer touchdown.
Jackson is such a good runner in open field, but unfortunately another flag down, which looks to be holding. Let's see what he calls.
Holding on Oak Ridge.
We've got 12 seconds left on the clock. Now you have to go back and ask yourself.
Look at this run by Jackson. Starts up the middle and then bounces it out.
He's so special with the ball in his hand. Now again, we got 12 seconds left. First down, inside the 20. And you have to go back to when Oak Ridge was elected and let that clock run down. It could cost them a touchdown.
That's major.
Poor time management by the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
So 3 wide outs to the right for Tarwater. Jackson in the backfield. Tarwater, 3-step drop. Now rolls to his right. He's looking. Clock winding down, about 5 seconds left. Finds a man and it's dropped.
Hit him right in the chest.
Oh, man, that's Jaden Williams.
You got to catch it with the hands.
And I tell you, 10 seconds ran off the clock. So if you catch that football, you're on about the 4 with 1 play left. You don't catch that football, now you're on the 20 with 1 play left. And Oak Ridge, I believe, is going to take a timeout. They are. Coach Gaddis wants to talk about what he wants to run in this final play of the half. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. We service what we sell with in-house factory-trained appliance service technicians.
American Outdoor Equipment
has a great new location in Rockwood. They are a Branson tractor dealer with various sizes to choose from. Branson's greatest asset is their strength, quality, and features. But American Outdoor Equipment also has Bobcat mowers. You can expect the best when it comes to performance, durability, and comfort with a Bobcat mower. Or how about a Dixie Chopper mower? They're the world's fastest lawn mowers. They have a large service and parts department. They are family owned and operated, plus they offer in-house financing. That's American Outdoor Equipment in Rockwood.
Back at Clinton, the Dragons lead Oak Ridge 7-0. 2.3 seconds left to go in this first half.
As you see, defensive coordinator Xavier Mitchell, former Tennessee football player, linebacker, defensive end, former Oliver Springs defensive coordinator, rallying his troops, trying to have a 2.3 second hold here to keep the Oak Ridge Wildcats out of the end zone.
Yeah, you may remember Xavier Mitchell. He was on that last UT team to go to an SEC championship game back in 2007. And Oak Ridge is going to line up and try a field goal here. It's Brennan Pearson. He'll kick it from the 26-yard line, 36-yard attempt, left hash, and that is through. No! Oh, wow, I thought that was good. So that's how the first half will end. Oak Ridge cannot get points on the board. Look at this Chuck Fleischman replay. Uh-oh. All right. We'll take a look at it in just a second. See if we can get that back here. But, man, I thought that went
And I tell you, and I really like how Clinton ran off into the off the field. They are motivated and fired up going into halftime right here.
And I think that's something their coach, Darrell Keith, wants to see out of them. I noticed when the first half ended, or when the first quarter ended, he did the same thing. He said, come on, guys, let's go. They ran from one side of the field to the other. And I think it establishes a culture. You're just excited to play. And I think the Dragons are excited to play this game against Oak Ridge tonight. And that makes a difference, man. That enthusiasm.
It does. They're feeling this win. They believe in themselves. They believe in their coaching staff. And they're ready to come back out and play the second half.
Oak Ridge, on the other hand, hanging their head a little bit. The Wildcats trail this one 7-0. Stand by. We've got the Regina Copeland halftime show coming up after this. This is your OEB Law Game of the Week.
At this time, we call your attention to the scoreboard end of the stadium.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with ditch witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Hi, I'm Nisha, a recent graduate of Roane State with an associate degree in criminal justice. How did I get here? I really wanted my college degree, so I applied to Roane State and got free tuition through Tennessee Reconnect. Then I met my success coach who helped me with everything. Remember, your best investment is you. If you really want your college degree, take the next step and apply.
Let Roane State help you move forward to earn your college degree.
Make this spring.
With great respect, Marshall Blackburn. Let us applaud, ladies and gentlemen, the Scarborough Oak Ridge 85 and the Clinton 12. These are Patriots right here in East Tennessee.
All about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Fox Insurance Group is a local agency. We've got a great staff. We're knowledgeable. The most rewarding thing about working in insurance is taking care of customers. When they come in, a lot of times they don't know what coverages they need. They're relying on us to give them the right coverage that's going to fit their needs, but also at a competitive price. Anybody can go to any agent or they can call any 1-800 number. But getting that right agent that's going to take care of them and be there in time of need, and that's what we're here to do.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Hi, I'm Nisha, a recent graduate of Rhone State with an associate degree in criminal justice. How did I get here? I really wanted my college degree, so I applied to Rhone State and got free tuition through Tennessee Reconnect. Then I met my success coach who helped me with everything. Remember, your best investment is you. If you really want your college degree, take the next step and apply.
Let Rhone State help you move forward to earn your college degree.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
I enjoy living and raising a family in East Tennessee because it's always been home to me. One thing that makes Fox Insurance Group stand out from other agencies is our customer service. Insurance, a lot of times, for a lot of people, is not something they really like to deal with, so I like to be there for them and help them through the process. It makes me feel good when I know my customer can rely on me and trust me. Yes, I'm very excited Fox Insurance Group is now an independent agency. It opens up so many doors for our customers and the agency as a whole, and we're going to be there for you when you need us the most.
American Outdoor Equipment has a great new location in Rockwood. They are a Branson tractor dealer with various sizes to choose from. Branson's greatest asset is their strength, quality, and features. But American Outdoor Equipment also has Bobcat mowers. You can expect the best when it comes to performance, durability, and comfort with a Bobcat mower. Or how about a Dixie chopper mower? They're the world's fastest lawn mowers. They have a large service and parts department. They are family owned and operated, plus they offer in-house financing. That's American Outdoor Equipment in Rockwood.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your 2021 Foot
Clinton High School marching band.
Ryan Spitzer has been a prosecutor in Anderson County since 2007, prosecuting more than 2,500 cases over the past decade. Ryan has been the Drug Task Force prosecutor for the past 7 years. Ryan donates time working with local nonprofits. A veteran, Ryan spent 6 years serving his country as an Army medic in the National Guard. Ryan is a family man who works hard every day to keep Anderson County families safe. Experience matters.
You do it all, from checklists and tackling kids' activities to exploring and enjoy life's special moments. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can help you embrace your life in a new or pre-owned vehicle. Here's a new 2021 Ford F-150 4x4 Super Crew, $43,975. 2018 Honda CR-V, all-wheel drive, low miles, $27,990. 2020 Kia Telluride S model, $41,490. Service your car for back-to-school maintenance at our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. Local you trust, a lifestyle you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Roger Miller is a conservative and lifetime resident of Anderson County who has served as Sessions Judge since 2014. Judge Miller has adjudicated more than 30,000 cases, both civil and criminal, over the past 7 years. Roger is a graduate of Clinton High School, and he volunteers time coaching youth sports and serving as an instructor. A paramedic for 12 years, Roger worked saving lives at the Anderson County EMS, MedFlight 5, and Methodist Medical Center. In 2022, let's re-elect Roger Miller, General Sessions Judge.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I'm Dale Haddon, the nurse practitioner and clinical manager at the Oak Ridge Clinic. It's very important to get the COVID vaccine. This is a way we are going to make our whole community safe. This is a way we will make you and your family safe. The COVID vaccine is 95% effective when you have had both shots, and it means that you will not get the illness, you will not have the side effects that people see from having the illness over a long period of time, and it makes your community safe.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
We're the Clinton High School cheerleaders here at ORUD getting ready for the big game. Ready? Clinton Dragons! Clinton Dragons! Clinton Dragons! Clinton Dragons!
Host your friends in style and be the envy of your neighborhood when entertaining this football season with natural gas appliances purchased from ORUD at 0% interest.
We can help you clean up after the game with a reliable natural gas water heater and the energy savings of a gas dryer.
Want to cozy up next to a natural gas fireplace after a chilly night out on the field? Let ORUD help you with the play-by-play to truly make your house feel like home.
Adding a natural gas grill to your home means you'll never have to run to the store before kickoff to fill up that propane tank again. Make the switch today.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice. We're the Oak Ridge cheerleaders here at...
And back here at Regina Copeland halftime show, Aaron Harvey, James Hoot Gibson, and it is halftime here where Clinton, the home team, leads over Oak Ridge by a score of 7-0. I want to say thank you to a few sponsors joining us for some of these Anderson County games, and specifically tonight. Circuit Court Clerk Rex Lynch delivers proven leadership and proven results. So thank you to Rex Lynch. Also, Register of Deeds Tim Shelton, honored to serve as your Register of Deeds. Attorney Victoria Bowling, wishing both the Dragons and the Wildcats a safe and successful season. County Clerk Jeff Cole, making a difference with excellence in county government. Trustee Regina Copeland, sponsoring the halftime show and proud to sponsor this great tradition of Clinton Oak Ridge. Public Defender Ann Coria, proud to serve Anderson County citizens as a public defender. Juvenile Court Judge Brian Hunt, honored to serve as Juvenile Court Judge for the past 7 years. District Attorney General Dave Clark, working for a better and safer Anderson County. Anderson County Mayor Terry Frank, also, it's an honor to serve this great community as Clinton gets ready to kick off. And we'll have our General Sessions Judge Roger Miller kick off as Clinton will kick to Oak Ridge. Some scores at halftime, a couple of really, really surprising scores. First, Anderson County leads Fulton at halftime, 22-14. The first game we talked about in our pregame show, Greenville leads over Elizabethton 21-6.
Yeah, that's a big game and a big early score there for Greenville over Elizabethton just in the second quarter. So keep your eye on that one. That's going to have impact all over the state of Tennessee.
So set to kick for Clinton is Ryan Bradley. And here it is a spinner that goes to Dozier again. Dozier at about the 22, gets up the left sideline, pushed out of bounds across the 40. So Oak Ridge, to begin this Sexton Automotive drive, will have pretty decent field position.
Dozier's done a really good job of getting that ball and picking up some tough yardage.
Well, he takes off. He doesn't. Once he sees it, he goes. Hits that full speed quickly, as you see on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Let's see if Oak Ridge has made some adjustments at halftime to this offense and see if they can get some success moving the ball.
Hayden Tarwater with Kendall Jackson in the backfield. Hammers 1st and 10. Tarwater pump fakes, looks downfield, lets it fly over everyone's head. Looked like that time he was trying to hit Jaden Williams.
And he had him. Jaden beat the defensive back on the route and had some separation, and quarterback just could not get it to him. And it's Clinton was lined up in a very pass-heavy defense. They were in a 3-2 defense, and they actually dropped both linebackers, so they only had a 3-man rush.
So Oak Ridge decided they wanted to come out of halftime fire in this thing. So Tarwater with Jackson to his right in the backfield, 2 wideouts to his right, 1 to his left, handoff Jackson. Looking for running room up the middle, finding nothing. Actually gets tripped up, but we will give Chase Glandon, a junior for this Clinton team, credit with that tackle for loss.
Glandon got the tackle, but big number 79, Devin Monroe, 6'2", 300. The nose guard, that is who blew up the play. He drove the center to the backfield, and the running back had nowhere to go, leaving cleanup duty for the linebacker.
So you see Jay Hunley out on the field for Oak Ridge. He's going to line up as a wideout, but you also see him in the backfield a lot. 2 wideouts either side. Quick snap by Tarwater. And Tarwater's going to be wrapped up and dropped. Getting in there for Clinton is Rhett Sievers, just a sophomore.
U.S. along with Caleb Cook on the stop. 4th down, Oak Ridge.
Brought the pressure, paid off big for the Clinton Dragons, who is fired up.
Oh, I got that number wrong. That was actually Caleb Cook. Cook's a junior.
And Oak Ridge staying with this peculiar punt formation.
And you know, I haven't really seen them do anything really creative out of it. It's normally Bourbon with a rugby-style kick.
It's interesting that you have both of your best defensive players lined up at the punter position.
So Oak Ridge is going to take a timeout. We'll do the same thing. Timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Hiring now for sales, delivery techs, and service techs. Find us on Indeed to apply.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, I am Aaron Harvey, and Oak Ridge will line up in punt formation, as we talked about. You got Brian Kelly, Jacob Bearden back there. Normally it's Bearden taking the snap and a rugby-style kick. I'm not sure if, are they looking for something? Maybe they let Kelly run it?
Eventually, probably so, but whoever doesn't get it steps up.
Well, here's
run blocker.
Bearden, a quick end-over-ender, is going to take an Oak Ridge bounce. Truss is going to let it go, and it will roll all the way inside the 20, and that's where the Sexton Automotive Drive will begin. Well, earlier, we got our guy, Tim Elrod, presented that check for $1,000 to Clinton High School. Mr. Elrod gives $1,000 to all of these schools that we get to go to. And that is Athletic Director Robert Stacy for Clinton, also the baseball coach for Clinton here. That $1,000 goes a long way for these programs.
It sure does, especially here at Clinton with all the renovations that they've been doing over the past couple years.
So the Sexton Automotive Drive for Clinton begins at the 20. Handoff from Keith up the middle to Moody. Moody gets down to about the 25. A quick 5-yard gain on that Hammers 1st and 10. And we've got a man injured on the play for Oak Ridge. That's going to be Jay Hunley, who was in on that stop. He's up now, though. Just a little slow. Moody runs hard.
Yes, he does, and he inflicts damage to whoever is tackling him, and that's what you want out of a running back.
Batiste lined up in that pistol set this time. He will get the handoff going over left guard and wrapped up. Got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. We'll bring up 3rd and 5. See this on the Chuck Flashman replay. Man in the backfield for Oak Ridge. Met him immediately when he came up to the line was Joseph Morgan. And they're going to give him one. We'll call it 3rd and 4. 9 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Clinton's first Sexton Automotive Drive of the half. At the end of 3, Wartburg and Oneida tied at 0.
Surprise, surprise. Ooh, he almost dropped that ball there, looked like.
So King on the carry there comes up short, does not pick up the Hammers 1st and 10 as we watch this replay. Yeah, that ball very well may have come out. And Clinton's going to have to send the punt unit on.
4th down for the Dragons.
Oak Ridge has got to watch for the hard count. If they jump off sides, automatic 1st down for Clinton.
So the punter for Clinton is Blaine Collins, number 33. However, that's not who was sent out to punt. It's, in fact, Brandon Holyfield. Okay, now there's Collins running on late. The last time we saw Collins, he had a net 5-yard punt. So, and we've got a flag on the play. I believe we got a delay of game. We do.
And that is on the freshman punter for not being ready and getting out there for the 4th down. The punter has got to be ready to go. Tough night for the young freshman. Let's see if he can have a good punt here. He was booming the ball in warm-ups. We had a quick discussion about it. He was booming at about 40 yards. He's got the capability.
And this one might have been blocked. It was really ugly. Landed at the 36. It will take a Clinton bounce, but only to the Dragon 44-yard line. And that's where Oak Ridge will begin this Sexton Automotive Drive. Short field for the Wildcats.
It sure is. They're getting a big advantage here with field position. Actually, Oak Ridge has had pretty good field position all night long. And Clinton has got to play tough defense here because Oak Ridge has a lot of talent. If it gets rolling, they're going to be hard to stop.
cell phone.
So we'll see what Xavier Mitchell's defense can come up with here. Tarwater in the backfield with Jackson. Handoff goes to Jackson, but we've got a stoppage in play.
Play killed by the whistle.
Dead ball, offsides on Clinton.
Against the Dragon, the preliminary call.
So now Oak Ridge has even better starting field position, all the way up to the 39-yard line.
I missed that one.
I didn't see it either. I didn't even see the flag. So here's Tarwater again. Jackson in the backfield. Handoff goes to Jackson. Tries to find the outside. Does. Has a lot of running room. A flag has come down. Jackson down to the 15. Still on his feet. And brought down at the 10. However, where that flag was thrown leads me to believe that's a hold that's coming back.
Yeah, Cole Todora is waving the entire defense back up here, so he knows something's going on.
Holding on Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge, man, it's like you take a step forward, you take a couple back. So we'll see if we can see it on the play. There it is.
Big number 77.
That's
Oak
Ethan
Ridge.
Hewitt.
And he's had a rough night tonight.
Yeah, that's got to be at least the third penalty.
Yeah, you got to keep your hands inside. That's not awful. That's not blatant holding. But when you're playing that tackle position, you got the running back running to the outside of you. You got to keep your hands inside, or the referee will call that.
So it's going to be Hammers first down again. Can't get off first down here. It's going to be out 1st and 16. Jackson this time moving to the right, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Somehow still gets a 1-yard gain.
Jackson on the carry.
But Clinton's fired up. Let's watch this Chuck Fleischman replay.
And if you see at the bottom of the screen here, Truss just absolutely manhandles a Oak Ridge defensive back, Pendergrass. That's how you want to see a defensive back playing the position. Very physical by Truss of Clinton. It's kind of an indicator of how this game's gone so far.
Tarwater under pressure, looks downfield, lets it fly. Beautiful ball. He's got a man there, and it's
hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it.
Oh my gosh. Price Davis.
Oh.
What a pass.
You got to do your job, Aaron, and his job is what?
To catch the football.
And you got to do it. It's costing Oak Ridge big. Too many mental mistakes, too many just unfortunate opportunities that they're just not able to capitalize on.
Oh.
Ball hit him right in the hands. Good throw by the quarterback.
Beautiful throw.
All things went right except for the drop. And that's kind of been the statement of Oak Ridge this season so far.
And that's a gut punch, because now Oak Ridge has a 3rd and 15. Tarwater goes with a hard count, has Hunley in the backfield with him. 3 wide outs to his left, and there's another flag on the play.
Was it a delay of game on Oak Ridge? Looked like they were trying to change the play call from the sideline at the last second.
The line judge called it, so it's a false start. And so now it's a 3rd and 20. You got to wonder, as Oak Ridge came out directly after halftime, the very first thing they did was throw a shot downfield. So you got to think their offensive adjustment is they think Clinton may be selling out on the run. So maybe they want to stretch the field a little bit, but whew.
I think Oak Ridge likes their mismatches at the athletic position to try to utilize that. And
Tarwater drops back to pass. This one's flying down the field. Got a man wide open, but there's a stoppage in play because there's another flag. Oak Ridge can't believe it. But I tell you what happened, because I saw it. The wide receiver that was wide open got a head start on that play as if he's playing arena football.
I believe that was Andrew Ferreira. Moved a little early.
It was the bottom of the screen there. I believe it was Pendergrass.
Truss is back in the game at the cornerback position, lined up on Pendergrass.
3rd and 25 for this Oak Ridge Wildcat team.
Screen or draw in this situation.
Tarwater drops back to pass, going to set up the screen just like he said to Hunley. Hunley gets across midfield, spin move, and he's knocked down. And a flag comes out.
Cole Todora come up with the boom. Now that was what you call lowering the boom.
Yeah, they're going to call a targeting. They're going to call a targeting on that. And we're going to have, the thing about targeting is you call that in college, always, because you can go review it, always. So be safe and call it. In high school, they don't get to review it. We can, they can't. So, personal foul, targeting. Oh boy, Clinton doesn't like that.
This Clinton sideline went nuts. Let's watch the Chuck Fleischman replay here. Good screen.
So Hunley, okay, so he does the spin, beautiful spin move, but then helmet to helmet.
And it was purely accidental there from the spin move.
Yeah.
Still, you got to call it.
Yeah, that's Cole Todora, like you said, but that gives Oak Ridge a Hammers 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Here's Hunley again. Tries to get outside to the right, picks up about 4 yards on that Hammers 1st and 10. And we've got a stoppage in play because we've got an injured player. So let's look at this Chuck Fleischman replay. Hunley tries to make it outside, can't, but gets what he can.
Looked like Hunter Ford, the senior defensive back linebacker for Clinton, came in on the tackle. Who's down? Is that Truss for Clinton? If it is, that's not who you want to see down.
I don't know, but he's in a lot of pain.
Prayers for that young man.
We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Follow us on Facebook for appliance specials, job postings, and more.
Show this film to the official. Fox Insurance Group is a local
agency. We've got a great staff. We're knowledgeable. The most rewarding thing about working in insurance is taking care of customers. When they come in, a lot of times they don't know what coverages they need. They're relying on us to give them the right coverage that's going to fit their needs, but also at a competitive price. Anybody can go to any agent or they can call any 1-800 number. But getting that right agent that's going to take care of them and be there in time of need, and that's what we're here to do.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week, injured player was the freshman Jeremiah Lee, and he's in a lot of pain. Talented freshman.
He really is, and that's a big blow to this Clinton football team, and prayers for that young man. Hopefully they can get that under control at a doctor's office and hopefully have him back pretty soon.
And Lee plays kind of like a nickelback position for this team.
I'm anxious to see this matchup down at the bottom of your screen with Truss and Pendergrass.
2nd and 8, handoff goes to Hunley. Hunley finds some running room, cross the 10 to the 5, touchdown Oak Ridge. Do we see a flag? Nope. That's a Ryan Spitzer touchdown. Your circuit court judge reminding you that experience matters, and Ryan is a prosecutor who has the experience to get the job done. Oak Ridge an extra point away from tying this up.
Hunley is a very talented transfer running back for this Oak Ridge team. He just outruns everybody.
And big guy on to attempt the extra point is Efrain Rodriguez. And that is up. That is true. Clinton, Oak Ridge tied at 7 with 5:55 left to go in the third quarter on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. That extra point was good, and your extra points are brought to you by Victoria Bowling Attorney. Victoria Bowling, focusing on family and juvenile law, wishing both the Dragons and Wildcats a safe and successful season. As we get ready for our General Sessions Judge Roger Miller kickoff. Judge Miller wishing all the county football teams a healthy and successful season as well.
Truss and Batista deep for Clinton.
And that one goes.
What a kickoff.
Whew. Goodness. Brennan Pearson.
Safe to say he's got a leg on it.
He definitely does have a leg.
Whew. Effortless.
So Pearson was the one that kicked that field goal attempt to end the half. I thought it was good. It was called no good. If that goes in, Oak Ridge is up by 3 right now. But instead, it's a tie game, and Clinton has it to begin this Sexton Automotive drive at the 20-yard line of the Dragons, where it is Hammers, 1st and 10. And we've got another flag, and where that is, you've got a substitution infraction.
Broke the huddle with too many men.
Can't do that.
Got to get that worked out on the sideline before you get out there.
So that's a 5-yard penalty. Pushes the ball back to the 15-yard line. So that's where the Sexton Automotive drive will begin.
Trips to the bottom of your screen.
Wow. He's got a man there, and that pass falls incomplete. Trying to hit Lucas Kendall on that one. So Keith he's got a pretty good arm on him.
He is. He's a very talented young man. 5'9", 160 pounds. Small but ferocious.
Just hoping Kendall could run under that one. Unfortunately, couldn't hook up for the big play.
But still, it's not a bad play call because it backs this Oak Ridge defensive back squad up just a little bit, and it could open up some runs.
Here's Keith. Takes the shotgun snap. Drops back under a lot of pressure. Steps up. He can rush it, but he can't actually rush it on Jacob Bearden.
I'm telling you, Aaron, Bearden is a very, very good linebacker. One of the better linebackers in this region, as you see him here on the Chuck Flashman replay, reading, and you're not going to be able to juke out Mr. Bearden.
Clock running. 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. Clinton gets the play from the sideline.
Oak Ridge defensive line, most of them have their hands on their hips. That is something that has been an understatement for Oak Ridge. Is most of their offensive and defensive linemen is having to play both ways, and I think it's having a big effect on their offense.
Keith, 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to the right. We've got another stoppage in play, and this is going to be a delay of game. So that's another 5-yard penalty, and that will make this 3rd and 20. So in a lot of these other stadiums we go to, they've got a play clock on the field. So that's an advantage.
They've got a play clock, but unfortunately it's not working yet due to the new construction here at the field. So they're using the referee, and that is a disadvantage if you are a player. You can't look at the referee for the play clock.
Hunley rolls to his left on 3rd and 20. Looks upfield. He's got him in there, and it's complete. But it is shy of the first down.
Good rollout, squared up his shoulders, and made a very good throw.
Pass was complete to Braylon Taylor, a sophomore on this team.
Pass complete to Taylor.
Wow, that was a nice-looking pass.
It really was.
But credit Oak Ridge, Price Davis there to make the stop. So now Clinton will probably be in punt formation as we see their freshman punter in the game.
Let's see if the freshman punter can make an adjustment. You notice he was the first one on the field there.
He probably got an earful last time.
Yes, he's got to calm down and keep that toe pointed straight, and he'll be fine.
All right, so that one was almost blocked, but it wasn't. And so here we go. Talented man catching the football with some running room. Of course, that's Brandon Hayward. Hayward just a sophomore himself.
And again, Oak Ridge with the field position.
Yeah. After that return by Hayward, as we see on the Chuck Fleischman replay, Hayward had a man in his face, but made that first one miss. So when he did, he was able to pick up some yardage before running out of bounds. This Sexton Automotive drive is going to begin at the 36-yard line for Oak Ridge. So Oak Ridge 36 yards away from taking its first lead of the game. Tarwater, handoff, Jackson. Jackson tries to get around left. Can't find no room. Cuts it back up the middle, and he's dropped for a loss.
Your big nose guard, Devin Monroe, coming in for the tackle in the backfield, 6'2", 300 pounds.
That's a senior on this team.
Devin Monroe leads the Dragon tacklers.
As you see, though, Conor Moody came up and set the edge.
Yep.
So Jackson had to go back inside where Monroe was waiting on him. Moody's a good football player.
Dandy, and he is somebody that can play a very good college. He has a lot of potential to play college football. I like that kid.
2nd 11, Jackson with a handoff going to the right, and he's met again and stopped. Meeting him first in the backfield was
Elijah Batista.
And he lost 2 yards on the play, it looks like, which will bring up third. We'll call it a long 13, a short 14.
Been really impressed with this Clinton
I did that too earlier.
Line. They have done a really good job just with 3 of them, mainly against the 5 offensive linemen of Oak Ridge, of holding their own and even getting into the backfield.
Crowd shaking the press box now by stomping their feet. Tarwater, hard count. Got 3 wide receivers on the boundary side of the field. 1 down here on the bottom of your screen. Tarwater drops back to pass, looking, and just throws it at the feet. And Tarwater's upset, but a flag comes out. I believe that they're going to call an intentional grounding. So trying to set up a screen pass?
I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to see the replay on it. I didn't see offensive line disengaging with the defensive line, so I wasn't sure it was a screen or not.
They're going to wave the flag off. Okay, but that's going to bring up a 4th and 13 anyway. Let's watch this Chuck Fleischman replay. So, no, that's not a screen pass.
It was supposed to be. Looked like there was some miscommunication. You had 2 offensive linemen 15 yards down the field, so they're lucky they didn't throw a penalty on that.
Yeah. So now Oak Ridge lines up with, again, Brian Kelly and Jacob Bourbon in punt formation.
Now here's danger territory. You can watch something sneaky.
Radavian Truss back to punt, or back to receive the punt.
Good punt.
Yeah, Bourbon's punt up in the air. Does take a Clinton bounce, however, before rolling out of bounds. They will spot it at the 17, and that's where Clinton's next Sexton Automotive drive will begin. 1:44 left to go in the 3rd quarter here. And we've got a tight one.
See Coach Xavier Mitchell there on your screen.
Also, Don Colquitt on the sideline, and that's an Oak Ridge guy. on this Clinton staff.
Caillou Graham is on this staff as well. He's a very good offensive mind, one of the better wide receiver coaches in the area. Left Oak Ridge and is here at Clinton.
So, Hammers 1st and 10. Handoff goes up the middle. I believe that's King. And I'm not sure he got anything on that play.
Score update, Anderson County 29, Fulton 14, third quarter, 10 minutes left.
So the Mavericks are responding. We talked to Tim Elrond earlier, and he said the key for Anderson County is to play 4 quarters. We saw them in week 1. They led against Powell almost that entire game, allowed Powell to come back and win that one. So we'll see if they can hold on against Fulton. There was a 1-yard gain, so we'll call it 2nd and 9. Here's Keith, drops the snap again, rolls to his right, and hits his receiver in the hands. It falls incomplete. Trying to hit Blovelt.
Same play call they had success with earlier. Unfortunately, wide receiver couldn't hold on to the ball.
I tell you, you got to be impressed with Clinton. It's like they're not doing anything really flashy, but they're having success on offense, do the little things, keep the chains moving. Exactly 1 minute to go in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, with 3:25 left to go in the game, the Goose Eggs have been cracked. Oneida leads Wartburg 7-0. So, 3rd and 9. Keith, a little reverse. He goes to Truss, and Truss is brought down. 1-yard gain. So look at this Chuck Flash and replay.
Just a little trickery there.
Yep.
And Darian Osborne stayed at home and made a good tackle there.
So the ball has been on Clinton's side of the field for almost the entire half.
Yeah, Oak Ridge has dominated field position so far. And I tell you, if I'm Oak Ridge, I'm going after this punt. They've had some close encounters so far, not even sending everybody.
Blaine Collins, the freshman, in punt formation, and again, this one is high but not far. And it takes an Oak Ridge bounce before Clinton can get on top of it. That lands at the 27-yard line. That is another net punt of about 5 yards.
Yeah, that's disastrous for this Clinton football team. You're going to have to make an adjustment immediately, or you might as well just start going for it on 4th down.
The ball was spotted at the 21. Now it's at the 27, so a net, we'll give him 6 yards on that punt.
Yeah, if I'm Oak Ridge, you can't have more opportunities if you're this Oak Ridge offense. Clinton is giving you 2 opportunities inside their 40.
Tarwater with Hunley in the backfield to begin this Sexton Automotive drive. Hunley, handoff straight up the middle, breaks free, breaks it outside to the 20, to the 16, out of bounds with 6 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
And Hunley's just running with a little extra juice tonight. He has looked really good here.
And Oak Ridge has seen some success to start up the middle. That closes up. So their running backs have done a good job of bouncing it back outside. That's enough for a Hammers 1st and 10. The chains haven't moved, however, if they called that a first down.
2nd down and short.
Okay, so he's just shy by a couple inches. Ball spotted just, I guess, outside the 17-yard line. Tarwater, again, Hunley in the backfield. Hunley, handoff, gets across the 15 down to about the 14, and that's how the third quarter will come to a close. To begin the fourth quarter, Oak Ridge will have a Hammers 1st and 10 at the Clinton 14-yard line. This game is tied, and Oak Ridge has never led. We'll see if they can put points on the board when we get back. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week.
$1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
Game of the week, Aaron Harvey, James Hoot Gibson. You see walking off the field there as we came back from break, the 1986 Clinton football team being honored here tonight. 35 years ago, they snapped a 13-game losing streak against the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Your papa was on that coaching staff.
Yeah, he sure was. It was a very good team, there for 3 years, actually.
Of course, the great Jim Hoot Gibson. As we got another flag comes out.
Oak Ridge lines up in a Wildcat again. Looks like Brandon Hayward back in at the quarterback position for Oak Ridge. I'd say you're going to get a big dose of zone read.
Okay, so no flag. They wave it off. That's a little confusing. Anyway, the great Jim Hoot Gibson coached all over the place. All right, so Wildcat formation. Here's Hayward. Takes off right. Finds some running room. Gets across the goal line. Ryan Spitzer, touchdown. No flags on the play. And for the first time in this game, Oak Ridge leads 13-7.
Crickets over here on the Clinton sideline.
So on the Chuck Fleischman replay, you got to get the ball to your playmakers.
Yeah, and that's what they did. They put Hayward in at the quarterback position, knew they could get some wheels in there. It's hard to guard two men, and we have another penalty.
Well, let's see what this is, and that's a substitution infraction on Oak Ridge. So this extra point attempt, if they go for an extra point, which I don't see why they wouldn't, is brought to you by Victoria Bowling. Attorney Victoria Bowling, focusing on family and juvenile law, wishing both the Dragons and Wildcats a safe and successful season. And for Oak Ridge to attempt the extra point, Efrain Rodriguez. Rodriguez has the leg on him.
Pretty important extra point.
Indeed.
Wow.
That one is up. It is good. Oak Ridge doubles up the score on Clinton. They lead this one now 14-7 with 11:53 left to go in this game. We're going to take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Quality appliances from brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid.
Back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, Oak Ridge getting set to kick this one off. And your kickoffs are brought to you by General Sessions Judge Roger Miller. Judge Miller wishing all the county football teams a healthy and successful season. Here's Pearson's kickoff. And again, this one will just go through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And with 11:53, Clinton will have a Sexton Automotive drive for the first time in this game, trailing. You knew it was only a matter of time with the football being on Clinton's side of the field for the entire third quarter before Oak Ridge was able to capitalize.
Huge disadvantage for the defense of Clinton. When you're giving the offense of Oak Ridge that many opportunities inside your own red zone, it's hard to stop it.
And we've got another flag. And it's, again, a substitution infraction, breaking the huddle with too many men. Seen that a lot.
Yeah, too much, way too much. So, but it's still early in the season.
So that will be a Hammers 1st and 15 to begin this Sexton Automotive drive. Keith sends a man in motion from left to right. Handoff goes to Moody. Moody up the middle. Finds no running room whatsoever. No gain on the play. Will bring up 2nd and 15.
Burving and Kelly in on the tackle again. I don't know how many tackles they have tonight, but it's a lot.
Yeah, and you saw Burvin come up into the hole there. Just as soon as they found out that it was a run, they were hitting those holes.
I haven't seen a better linebacker duo so far this season than these two for Oak Ridge.
Sophomore Joshua Keith from the shotgun formation drops back to pass under a lot of pressure from Kelly. Kelly drops him at the 1.
What was I just saying? Some of the best linebackers that we've seen this season.
Wow. So the ball is on the 16. That's a 15-yard loss. The ball has to get to the 30. Actually, okay, so they're going to spot him down at the 3. I think that's generous.
Regardless, very difficult position to be in.
3rd and 27 from your own goal line. That's not
very good. Limited play call.
3rd down, Dragons.
Try to spread the field out here.
Keith looks, gets rid of it. Oh, he had a man there. And it was dropped and almost picked off, but falls incomplete. And now from the 3-yard line, Clinton's going to have to punt. And they've not had a lot of success doing that tonight.
And if the Clinton wide receiver catches that, he's potentially still running. And also, if the Oak Ridge defensive back would have picked it off and scored a touchdown there. You got to love these Clinton-Oak Ridge rivalry games. Very tough situation here. If you do anything else than come for this punt, I think you're making a mistake. Put the pressure on the young punter of Clinton and see if you can't get a safety.
Out of the back of his end zone, the freshman does hit this one to about the 27, but Brandon Hayward is there to take it up to about the 20, and that's where this Sexton Automotive drive will start.
With another penalty on the field.
Forced out of bounds by the Dragons.
Yeah, flag is about the 15.
In the area of holding. Let's see what they call.
Or a block in the back. Potentially. Personal foul, crackback block on Oak Ridge.
Personal foul, crackback block.
Big break if you're Clinton. But still, again, Oak Ridge with the field position.
So let's see if we can see it on our screen here on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Looked like that was on Peyton Sharp, number 2 of Oak Ridge.
Well, Oak Ridge still has favorable field position to begin this Sexton Automotive drive. Backed up to the 36-yard line. Hammers 1st and 10. Jackson gets the handoff across right, or left tackle rather. And did the ball come down? Nope, they're going to call him down.
And Joe Gaddis is fired up over there on that sideline.
Screaming at Jackson. He's not happy at all. Well, let's look at this Chuck Fleischman replay and let's see, is it the ball security that Coach Gaddis is upset with? He was certainly not happy. But a pickup of 9 for Jackson brings up a 2nd and 1. Tarwater gets the snap, hand off Jackson again, and Jackson powers forward. He's got a first down and more.
Now, that's what you want to see out of that Oak Ridge offensive line. Really pushed the line of scrimmage back about 5 yards. That's what you want to see.
First down, Oak Ridge.
Really good push by the front of Oak Ridge.
Jackson running behind his big offensive lineman, Zach Snyder. Picks up the Hammers 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line of Clinton. Here's Starwater. 2 wideouts to either side. Handoff, Jackson. Jackson finds some running room across the 10, down to the 5. That'll set up a Hammers 1st and goal. I gotta say, Jackson's running with some fire that we've not seen out of him this season.
You're exactly right, and that makes me believe he had a good, tough conversation with the coaching staff at halftime. Looked like the Oak Ridge player did a flop there. You see on the number 10, Price Davis on the replay. Watch it here. He pushed him in the back, and then he says, wait a minute. Oh. Now the actor award needs to go to number 10, Price Davis of Oak Ridge.
That's a technical foul in basketball. We have an injured player on the field, so I tell you what, let's take a timeout here. Timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Home appliance financing available. Apply online at pattersonsappliances.com.
I'm Dale Haddon, the nurse practitioner and clinical manager at the Oak Ridge Clinic. It's very important to get the COVID vaccine. This is a way we are going to make our whole community safe. This is a way we will make you and your family safe. The COVID vaccine is 95% effective when you have had both shots, and it means that you will not get the illness, you will not have the side effects that people see from having illness over a long period of time, and it makes your community safe.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak, it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Back at Clinton for your OEB Law Game of the Week. Injured player is up, able to hobble off the field. That's Nick Lucas. As Oak Ridge will have a 2nd and goal from the Clinton 5-yard line. Wildcats lead this one 14-7.
Spreading the field with Hayward in the backfield. Look for QB draw.
And that's what it is. Hayward is stuffed, though, for a loss of 1. And the flag comes out. And if this is on Oak Ridge, it's devastating. If this is on Clinton, it's not devastating, but it's also not good.
Looked like Caleb Cook broke through the line of scrimmage, got a tackle for loss.
Now this flag was thrown late, which makes you think maybe unsportsmanlike conduct. Personal foul.
Personal foul, face mask.
So they're going to call a hands to the face against Clinton. And I believe they're going to get that on Conor Moody. Oh, yeah, there it is.
He sure did.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
So that negates that play like it never happened. Half the distance to the goal is the penalty. 2nd and goal from the 3. Tarwater back in the game. Jackson in the backfield with him. Jay Hunley lined up in about an H-back position as Jackson tries to break it out wide. Does! And gets into the end zone.
Jackson.
Ryan Spitzer, touchdown Oak Ridge. Ryan Spitzer is a prosecutor who has the experience to get the job done, and experience matters for a circuit court judge. As we see this Chuck Fleischman replay, Jackson finishes this play.
You mentioned earlier that we see a different Jackson. You see how he finished that touchdown. He run into contact to inflict damage.
Rodriguez in to attempt this extra point. Our extra point sponsored by Victoria Bowling. Attorney Victoria Bowling, focusing on family and juvenile law, wishing both the Dragons and Wildcats a safe and successful season.
Oak Ridge starting to figure out this offense, running the football with success.
Oh, and the snap is bobbled. Fire, fire, fire. And the holder is slung down, so no points after the touchdown for Oak Ridge. They lead this one 20-7 with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. We'll see if that matters here in just a little bit. But first, let's take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Thank you for your support for over 55 years.
Roger Miller is a conservative and lifetime resident of Anderson County who has served as Sessions Judge since 2014. Judge Miller has adjudicated more than 30,000 cases, both civil and criminal, over the past 7 years. Roger is a graduate of Clinton High School, and he volunteers time coaching youth sports and serving as an instructor. A paramedic for 12 years, Roger worked saving lives at the Anderson County EMS, MedFlight 5, and Methodist Medical Center. In 2022, let's re-elect Roger Miller, General Sessions Judge.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. 8 minutes left to go in this one. Aaron Harvey, James Hoot Gibson along with you. Oak Ridge trailed this entire game until they didn't. They tied it up with 5:55 left to go in the fourth quarter, and they just took the lead with 8 minutes. Or I'm sorry, 5:55 left to go in the third quarter, and they just took the lead with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth. This kickoff brought to you by Judge Roger Miller, your General Sessions Judge. Judge Miller wishing all the county football teams a healthy and successful season.
Here's kickoff into the end zone for the automatic touchback.
Automatic touchback for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Pearson with a boom of a leg. One of the better kickers we've seen so far this year as well.
Oh, yeah. A lot of touchbacks for this Oak Ridge Wildcat football team. So this Sexton Automotive drive for Clinton begins at the Dragon 20-yard line. So 8 minutes for Clinton to make up 13 points. Let's see what they can do. Joshua Keefe in the backfield, lines up in the pistol with Moody behind him. Drop, pass, complete, and brought down after a pickup of 6, that time hitting Lucas Kendall. Lines up in the pistol with Moody behind him.
Really good job by the Oak Ridge inside linebackers, reacting to the play, coming in and cleaning up the mess. 17 of Oak Ridge. Jaden Williams doing a really good job holding on until the troops arrive.
Pickup of 6 brings up 2nd and 4. Key, 2 wide receivers either side. Moody in the backfield. Gets the snap. Quick drop. Pass complete. And that's to Truss. And Truss gets up to about the 34-yard line before he's brought down. And that's enough for a Hammers 1st and 10.
Big first down there, moving the chains.
Looks like Brian Kelly back there on coverage. Gets that tackle. Hammers 1st and 10 for Clinton. Keith, 3-step drop. Looks, lets it fly. He's got a man, and it's almost complete. So Braylon Taylor, he laid out for that one, but unfortunately couldn't come away with the reception.
Good play call here. They went to it earlier. Just barely overthrew him.
Price Davis on the coverage there for Oak Ridge. 2nd and 10 now. 6:57 left to go in the game. Keith takes the snap, looks under a lot of pressure, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run with it. Gets to the 35, and he's pushed out of bounds by Brian Kelly.
With Jacob Bervin in on the pressure.
And you saw Kelly, he pulled up. He was not going to hit stick.
That's hard to do. That is really hard to do. When you run like that and you see a quarterback right there, he pulled up. I'm telling you, Aaron, those 2 inside linebackers Oak Ridge has are special football players.
Pickup of 1, 3rd and 9 for Clinton. 6:19 left to go in this football game. Keith. Gets the call from the sideline. Gets the snap. Looks, and a stoppage in play. Line judge has thrown a flag. And now we have another flag. I didn't see the extracurriculars.
Yeah, we got laundry on the field.
Had a tangle up with big 68 Barrett Maddox and an Oak Ridge football player. Couldn't tell who the penalty was in that situation. Looked kind of offsetting to me, but see what they call. See on the Chuck Fleischman replay here.
So, stoppage play. We're not going to be able to see from our Chuck Fleischman replay the extracurriculars. No, it had already been called at that point. Personal foul on Oak Ridge and a personal foul on Clinton, so those offset.
Illegal procedure called against the Dragons.
Now see, that's after the play, so the false start penalty will still count. So a 5-yard penalty from a 3rd and 9 should bring up a 3rd and 14.
See if Oak Ridge elects to send pressure.
And setting up the screen pass to Moody. And Moody's going nowhere. A loss of 4 on the play brings up 4th and forever for this Clinton football team.
Bourbon on the stop for Oak Ridge.
Looked like big number 59, Joseph Morgan, in on the play for the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
So now the freshman punter comes back out onto the field, Blaine Collins. General Robert Nealand had a maxim.
Are they short some players on punt again?
Blaine Collins.
Looks like it, yep.
And that was his best punt of the night, maybe. False start, that's going to push Clinton back 5 more yards. Kind of unraveling here for Clinton. General Robert Nealand, one of his maxims, press the kicking game, for this is where the breaks are made. And so far, tonight for Clinton, special teams have let them down a little bit.
It's pretty much cost them the ball game so far due to field position.
Collins, and a snap goes over his head.
Kick it out the end zone, kick it out the end zone. There it went.
And Collins just kind of let it go, and he's fortunate that Oak Ridge was not able to fall on that one.
It's just a freshman, not knowing the rules of football, and didn't know that Oak Ridge could fall on that and it'd be a touchdown. Fortunate for them, it went out the back of the end zone.
High snap, and you see Collins just, whoo. And then it was actually Oak Ridge, Jay Hunley, that kicked it out of the back of the end zone. But that results in a safety, so Oak Ridge puts 2 more points on the board. And so now the Wildcats lead by 15, 22-7. Still a 2-score game, but Clinton is going to have to kick this one off, and Oak Ridge is going to have good field position.
Looks like a lot of Clinton fans are on the way out.
And Coach Darrell Keith, he is fired up.
Rightfully so, as this should be a lot closer ball game than what we have right now, mainly due to special teams and mental mistakes. But I have liked what I see now of this Clinton Ball Club. They've got a lot of learning to do. They got to get a little more discipline in some areas, and they've got to learn special teams. But I tell you, he's got this crew moving in the right direction.
And from Oak Ridge, we saw what we saw last week against Bearden. The Wildcats able to come in that game and take the lead late after trailing the whole time, but not able to finish the job. And tonight, it looks like the Wildcats, well, they're certainly in a lot better position right now to pull off the job. Still a lot of time left, though, but it's winding down. 4:52 left to go in this game, as Clinton again as a man short, as The free kick will take place from the 20-yard line.
We're ready to kick off for the free kick for the Dragons.
I think they'll. I was going to say, you don't think they'll elect the punt, do you?
No. You do not.
Good little kick.
Yep, and Hundley catches it at about the 35-yard line. Hundley bouncing off tacklers, gets into Clinton territory, brought down at about the 46-yard line, and that's where the Sexton Automotive drive will begin for Oak Ridge. And Oak Ridge doesn't have to press at all. Only 4:43 left to go in this game. You hand off. You've got the backs. You've got Clinton worn down maybe a little bit. Take some time off this clock, wrap this thing up, and get to the house with your first win of the season.
We're going to have a timeout in play due to injury. But yeah, you're right, Aaron. These running backs that Oak Ridge has, the talent level that Oak Ridge has is very impressive.
And Clinton did a really good job of bottling them up in the first half. And I thought Bearden did a really good job last week stopping the run. And
the difference between last week with Oak Ridge and Bearden and Oak Ridge and Clinton is all about field position and special teams mistakes. This should be about a 7-7, 7-10 ball game right now.
Ethan Graham shaking up on the play. First down, Oak Ridge.
Yeah, that field position has been a killer.
Killer. You can't give a team like Oak Ridge with that type of talent the ball on your field position.
Kendall Jackson in the backfield with Hayden Tarwater.
So we're going to get a big dosage of Kendall Jackson right here.
Sure enough, Jackson starts up the middle, cuts it to the left, and picks up 1 yard before he's brought down. Credit for Clinton that time, and Reese King. If you're a Clinton fan, you have to gasp every time you see Jackson get into open space.
Yeah, he's a special ball player when he gets into open field. He can make about anybody miss.
That's a heck of a tackle by King. And again, Oak Ridge not in any kind of hurry whatsoever. Clock running down, 4:08 left to go in this one. Wildcats clinging to that 15-point lead. Trailing the entire game. Tarwater, handoff, Jackson up the middle. Leaps, picks up 2. We'll bring up 3rd and 7. Just couldn't get over the line, as we saw in that Chuck Fleischman replay. But clock is running, under 3:30 left to go in the game now.
Big third down for the Clinton Dragons. Have to have a stop here.
And think about this. We talked about it a little bit at halftime, but Clinton had a pick 6 called back. And then they had possibly another pick 6 that was dropped by a defensive back as Hundley gets the carry, and he's dropped in the backfield.
Great job by the Clinton Dragons, sealing the edge, coming off hard, and containing the Kendall Jackson.
Yeah, and Caleb Cook coming up from his position to make sure to finish Hundley off and not let him bounce back the other side. So Clinton's going to take a timeout to stop the clock with 2:48 left to go in the game. We'll do the same thing. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliance. Visit pattersonsappliances.com and check out our current cash saving promotions.
You do it all, from checklist and tackling kids' activities to exploring and enjoy life's special moments. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can help you embrace your life in a new or pre-owned vehicle. Here's a new 2021 Ford F-150 4x4 Super Crew, $43,975. 2018 Honda CR-V all-wheel drive, low miles, $27,990. 2020 Kia Telluride S model, $41,490. Service your car for back-to-school maintenance at our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. Local you trust, a lifestyle you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Oak Ridge going to be in punt formation. Give this ball back to Clinton.
Fourth down, Wildcats.
Radavian Truss back deep to receive for Clinton, and more flags come out. My goodness.
I would hate to know the amount of penalties Oak Ridge has had so far this.
That was on Clinton.
That one was.
Yeah.
Still want to know.
Oh, yeah. Conor Moody.
What'd he do?
He was coming for that punt.
Good night. He was way offside.
Not even close.
I like his aggressiveness.
He's coming after it.
Yeah.
And there's the rugby-style kick from Bearden. And Truss going to let it bounce and then pick it up off a bounce. That was dangerous.
That was not.
Two Wildcats right there.
Worked out for him, but he's very lucky.
Now, see, something that you say all the time is catch that in the air.
Yes, not on the bounce.
And that time he definitely had an opportunity to catch that in the air. Great high punt by Bearden.
See, in that situation, you should call a fair catch.
That's dangerous.
You don't want the ball to bounce and roll inside the 5-yard line, and it stalls your offense out.
So this Sexton Automotive drive begins at the 13-yard line of Clinton with 2:39 left to go in this game. Here's Keith. Fires quickly to his intended target, Lucas Kendall. That pass falls incomplete. Just a misfire. Clock stops, 2nd and 10.
With 3:25 left, I believe they're going to have to start going down the field just a little bit more, which is not Keith's forte. He likes to throw underneath, crossing routes and stuff, and use his legs to make some plays. But with 2:35. 2:35.
Yeah.
It's that Clinton vision.
Yeah.
Got to get it down the field a little.
So here's Keith, rolls to his right, under a lot of pressure, and he's sacked.
Who else? Jacob Bearden. This guy is working his way into some kind of college offer.
That right there is a sack all the way back to the 10, as we see on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Reads the quarterback the whole way. Makes a good tackle on a very good athlete.
Loss of 4 on the sack brings up 3rd and 14. Clock continues to run. We're at 2 minutes left to go in this game now. And if you're Clinton,
it's desperation time.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need the first down on this play, but you definitely need something positive. And again, Keith under a lot of pressure, lets it fly. Ball bounces straight up in the air, and it is incomplete. Oh, no, it wasn't incomplete.
No, he caught it, and his momentum was carrying him forward, but it was still a positive gain.
Oh, my goodness.
Barely.
Oh, I saw maybe a mouthpiece or something go flying up in the air. I thought that was the ball. It was not.
So you have 4th and what, about 8 with...
4th and 6, we'll call it.
4th and 6. That's manageable.
Yeah, 1:36.
I believe they got 2 timeouts left.
They have 2 timeouts left, and the clock is running.
You got to get this first down here, call timeout, and get a play call in.
Clock's still running, down to 1:20 now.
Got to hurry.
There's no sense of urgency right now for Clinton. Keith takes a snap, rolls to his left, fires the pass. It is complete, but only up to the 20, and that will be a turnover on downs. And now we've got a late flag that comes out.
There's another,
and there's another one.
Number 3, Justin Crowley, who is getting a little...
On the reception.
But see, that takes place after the play, so the turnover on downs is going to stand, so it doesn't matter at this point. Coaches need to talk to their players, say, hey, this one is coming to a close, let's get out of here. Use this as a learning experience.
Yeah, and you don't want to see that out of this Oak Ridge team that has struggled. You know, they're 0-2, and it's been a long season for them. But, hey, let's play disciplined football.
So we'll get the call here. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Oak Ridge. And that's it. They just called one. But again, that takes place after the play. So Oak Ridge will have it 1st and 10. They'll mark off that 15-yard penalty, I guess, from the 20. So I guess Oak Ridge should have a Hammers 1st and 10 at the 35 to begin this Sexton Automotive Drive, which should be their final Sexton Automotive Drive of the game. Clinton has 2 timeouts. Let's see. Just a little jawing down there, I guess.
Yeah.
And taunting.
Number 3 looked like he pointed an arrow at him and shot it or something. Just kids being kids. But those coaches better correct that behavior immediately, or it will cost them down the line.
So Oak Ridge can line up in a victory formation. Tarwater under center
Could
for the first time tonight.
chippy here, really.
Had to pick up his mouthpiece. Snap. He actually, the whistle was blown and he hadn't actually knelt yet. Not that it matters. It really doesn't, because Clinton cannot stop the clock.
And I like a referee calling that. It's just a safety thing, but kind of heads-up play by the Oak Ridge quarterback.
Following our broadcast tonight, we will have the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard show, which we invite you to call into with Mr. Queener and Mr. Cox. They do a great job, and it's always a fun show. And now that UT football is back, they'll have a lot of calls on football, too, or UT football.
I bet you're going to get a lot of calls on Joe Milton, ain't they?
I bet they will. Yeah, I bet they will. So there's 20 seconds on the clock. Doesn't matter. Time will run out. Oak Ridge will get its first victory of the season. Meanwhile, Clinton will take its first loss of the season. As we had a good one tonight, Oak Ridge tied it up in the 3rd quarter after trailing most of the entire game and able to put 3 scores on the board in the 4th quarter, and they'll win this one by a final score of 22-7 as you see the players at midfield shaking hands. It was a great night here at Clinton, a wonderful venue here, a great celebration here. We honored the Clinton 12 at halftime. They got to honor the 1986 Clinton football team, which defeated an Oak Ridge team to end a 13-year losing streak. And I gotta say, and you made the same comment earlier, Clinton's got a lot to be excited about. They've got some weapons.
They really do. I'm excited for this Clinton squad moving forward. I think they're going to learn a lot from this game. It should be a lot closer. And when they watch the film and study this game, they're going to realize, hey, guys, we're a lot better than we think we are here. We should have been in this ball game a lot closer. Too many mental mistakes and too many missed opportunities.
I'll say this about Oak Ridge as well, too. They came into this game, it looked like Clinton was the one that was excited, had a lot of momentum, but as soon as that momentum shifted a little bit, I think we saw a completely different energy out of that Oak Ridge team, because I thought the running backs, Hundley and Jackson, ran with a lot of fire in the second half that I didn't really see out of them in the first half or last week against Bearden.
Yeah, they showed some flashes. They leaned heavy on the running game there in the second half, and it paid dividends. Took some pressure off the young quarterback of Oak Ridge and let your 2 very talented running backs have at it.
This Oak Ridge team has too much talent to be down the rest of the year, and I don't think that they will.
They're going to get better moving forward.
Yep.
They put this on the game film. You know, they've had 3 times to really study themselves and their effort, be criticized. They've had enough, and now they're celebrating.
So Coach Darrell Keith, you can see him on your screen talking to his Clinton football team, probably telling them to keep their head up.
That man is building something special here at Clinton High School.
Oh, yeah. And the fans have good reason to be excited. I've enjoyed it here in Clinton, and I want to say a big thank you to the people here at BBB TV Channel 12 who allow us to put this on. I want to say thank you to OEB Law for being on with us again, being the headlining sponsor for us, and all the sponsors who allow us to come here and put the show on. Enjoy it so much. Chandler Jones back at the studio producing. Thank you to him. Jonathan McGuffin, cameraman, Trevor Bogard, Chris Bricky on the sideline running the camera, and of course Brad Jones, owner, producer, everything, jack of all trades. And I want to say thank you to you for coming along with us again this season, James Hoot Gibson. And I want to say thank you to the viewers, because we can't do it without you either. So again, stay tuned for the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard show. I didn't want to cut you off. You got anything to say?
Just call in and participate in that call-in show, guys. Let them know what you've seen wherever you was at, and give your 2 cents, and let's talk some Tennessee football.
That's going to do it for us. For the rest of the BBB TV Channel 12 crew, I'm Aaron Harvey saying so long, folks.
One thing that makes Fox Insurance Group stand out from other agencies is our customer service. Insurance, a lot of times, for a lot of people, is not something they really like to deal with, so I like to be there for them and help them through the process. It makes me feel good when I know my customer can rely on me and trust me. Yes, I'm very excited Fox Insurance Group is now an independent agency. It opens up so many doors for our customers and the agency as a whole, and we're going to be there for you when you need us the most.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
$1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.